Another episode of Real Ranked is going live right now. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Real Ranked. Today, we're going to be going through our top 10 holiday movies. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring in who we have today, starting with Rachel.
Good evening. How are you today?
I'm good.
Great. In the Christmas spirit?
Yeah.
Nice. Happy December 10th.
Yeah. We got Sarah.
Hello.
We got Cole.
Happy holidays.
And Kenny.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
All right. Before we get started, just want to let everyone know that our phrase for today is going to be bah humbug, in case anyone has something higher in the rankings. And then if you guys are ready, let's just get started with our rankings.
Okay.
Well, who goes first, Matthew?
I will go first.
Okay.
And my number 10 is The Princess Switch.
No! Why? You guys were yelling at me not to put Daddy's Home Not 2 on my list, and you put this on your list.
Hey, The Princess Switch is a fun movie. It's not, I think objectively it's not great, but I think it's just very, it's a Netflix original movie. It's kind of stupid, but it's fun to watch. Vanessa Hudgens do a really bad British accent.
British accent? What?
It's like The Prince and the Pauper.
Guys, just like Barbie Princess and the Pauper from 2003. It's so crazy.
That's where it was created.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've just seen the memes about it, so I can't give much input here. I'm sure it's an absolute masterpiece of its time.
It is, yeah.
Did it come out 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
2018.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
So they make a new one every year.
Unfortunately.
How many Princess Switches are we going to get before we reach like critical mass?
We've already reached that.
I think so, right? I mean, three.
The third one was so
when you're doing three of identical.
The third one's
anything. It's yeah.
I mean, they're still making Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, but those are good.
You're comparing that to
Sorry.
Mission Impossible, very comparable.
I've only seen Ghost Protocol, guys.
I mean, those are just basically excuses to have Tom Cruise do crazy ass stunts.
So. I love Scientology
it
propaganda.
Works. It works.
The Princess Switch has Vanessa Hudgens doing crazy ass stunts.
I can only imagine what kind of stunt happens.
Yeah, what kind of stunts are going on in the Princess Switch?
No elaboration. Cool.
You gotta wait till the third one. It's a heist movie.
What?
No, yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I can believe it's that bad, but holy crap.
Does it rival Oceans for best heist?
I can highly doubt that.
Maybe Ocean's 8.
Oh.
Ocean's 3. James Corden knows, so.
I didn't realize James Corden was in Ocean's 8 the first time I watched it. It was like, oh, he has a cameo in this? Weird. And then he just kept showing up. And I got really, really sad. When will it end?
Like the Princess Switch movies.
True.
Sarah, do you have anything to say about the first Princess Switch?
It's definitely the best of the three. That's all I can really say about it.
High praise. Yeah, haven't seen it, so can't put any words on this other than Vanessa Hudgens fine in most everything she does. So sure she's finding this. All right. Does that conclude your thoughts on the Princess Switch? Can we be done with the Princess Switch?
Yeah, okay. Let's move on to Rachel number 10 then.
Okay, my number 10. Jesus, my number 10 pick is one who. How the fuck do you Joy Noel?
Okay.
Took French for half a semester, guys.
Oui, oui.
That is. I feel so well. They also speak German and English. Yeah, those are the troops. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a war movie. Wonderful Christmas spirit. It's about the Christmas truce of World War I between German, French, and English troops. And there's a heavy appearance of an orange cat throughout the movie, so I recommended it to Sam for that reason alone.
Well,
and
then,
all
bring
three
the orange
armies.
package.
Yay!
Yes.
All three armies have different names for the cat, which is ridiculous because they keep arguing over what the proper name is. And then, do you mind if I give a slight spoiler for the end of the Christmas
World War
movie?
One.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys want World War One spoilers? The cat gets arrested for treason because one of the German troops sends over a note that just says "Good luck tomorrow," and
What?
yeah, one of the German soldiers sent a little note on the cat's collar to one of the other troops, like French or English, that just said "Good luck tomorrow" or something for like Christmas Eve or whatever. And the cat got caught carrying the note and got arrested for treason because they couldn't find out who was sending or receiving the note. So
I feel obligated to watch this now.
it's good. It's only about 2 hours long, although it is subtitled for the majority of that. So we'll have to read. Very sad.
I have actually seen this one, funny enough. It's been a while, but yeah, it just kind of. I think the charm of the movie is just like how they kind of eventually ease up to each other until they're like, all right, let's play soccer now. And you're like, hell yeah, let's go. Back to fighting tomorrow. But, yeah, it was good. Daniel Brühl also good in it. You haven't mentioned his name, but,
Oh wait, he's in it?
Yeah. He's,
now I really have to watch it.
Thank
There you
you. Yeah. He plays Lieutenant Horstmeyer in the German troops. And then Diane Kruger is also in it. She is easily the most boring part of the entire movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to even remember what her character is.
It's her husband was like in the German army. She's like, what if I go visit them on the front lines? Tee
Oh, that's right. That's right. And everyone's like, oh, woman, we haven't seen woman in
Why
months.
are you here?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. So.
All right.
Those are my thoughts.
Let's go to Sarah. What's your number 10?
My number 10 is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Bah humbug.
A humbug.
I was expecting that.
Do we go circle or is it me or Kenny then?
Okay,
think it's
so
you,
Cole
Cole.
then. Yeah, Cole.
Okay. My number 10 is White Christmas.
Bah humbug.
Okay.
Not by very much, but by about.
I figured as much, but
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just put it.
Section number 1, I'm a huge White Christmas defender.
My number 10 is Polar Express.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that movie existed. Actually, based on the one song sequence in the middle, I probably like to forget it. That CGI is.
You're talking about
terrifying.
the hot chocolate scene?
No, hot chocolate scene is cinema. I'm talking about the one where they get with the kid on the back
Oh,
of the
they're on
train.
the caboose.
Yeah. I don't remember how the song goes. It's been a bit, but that CGI was bad.
It's a mixed movie for me, but I still will watch it. Like yeah, the CGI is like very uncanny and weird. Zemeckis, I don't know. That's just all Zemeckis right there.
Can we
But
talk
there's
about
there's some
the?
cool things. I think that the golden ticket sequence where it's like flying, like it goes with the bird, goes with the
Yeah.
wolves. that's a cool sequence that they do. And there's a lot of like wonder, but there's also a lot of like weird like horror as well, or just like weirdly scary things, like and also the fact that like Tom Hanks does like the mocap for every single character. It's a weird movie, but I still enjoy it, especially like the songs and like the visuals. I think the Josh Groban song is like a staple to like my family's like music library. So I think I just had to put it on there on my list, and I still will watch it, every year just to like laugh at it, but also enjoy it at the same time.
We could also talk about like the first person POV train ride shot. It's like you're waiting to get into an AMC movie.
Or when they factor like Tokyo Drift on the ice, basically. Great stuff.
Go right, go left.
They're pulling on the guy's like huge red beard.
Just where the one guy just swallows a hitch pin.
Yeah.
What the? Okay.
You've never done that before?
No, I can't say that I have.
I do it every week. It happens every week.
Are y'all okay?
Yeah, the thing I remember about this movie is the score for sure. It's pretty great.
I think it's Alan Silvestri, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Silvestri and Zemeckis work together quite a bit.
Yeah. So makes a lot of sense. It is weird. I think out of the three like Zemeckis projects, it's definitely the weirdest because it's the earliest. Zemeckis, motion capture, with
Beowulf,
Beowulf, and then Christmas Carol.
Well, also Welcome to Marwen, that kind of counts.
That was but by that point, I think the studio that was made to make those things had been defunct. So but it's a little bizarre. I understand why it's people's favorites. It's just not mine. It's just too weird for me.
That's
reminds me of Marcy's Moms, which is also a problem, So actually, I think that was also Zemeckis. I can't remember.
I think it was.
Or at least the studio. I can't remember.
Maybe it was the studio. I don't think it was him specifically.
I think I would take Polar Express's mocap over 2012 Christmas Carol's mocap, though.
Interesting.
It's weird. I don't vibe with it. Too much in Uncanny Valley. Yeah, the one with Jim Carrey.
Wasn't that 09?
That 2009, yeah.
09? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Sure. I don't know.
Sorry, I had to fact check you there. I
haven't watched it in like almost a year and a half.
Myth busted.
So.
I think the last time I watched The Christmas Carol and The Polar Express was in theaters. So.
Oh, wow.
Last time I watched Polar Express was in elementary school because every single year they would have a day where we
go pajamas and you drink.
Yeah, we got to learn.
Yeah.
We did that like every year, and like that was the best part of that movie. It wasn't the actual movie; it was getting out of elementary school for a day.
You just need a break from like basic math sometimes.
Exactly.
It's tough.
It really is
so hard being a 7-year-old out here.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, if we have nothing else to say, we'll go on to my number 9, which is Klaus.
Bah humbug.
I'm surprised it's so low. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard like glowing reviews about it from everyone that has. So
this is like for me, like a very much an honorable mention. It's so close on the edge. So I'm glad we'll talk about it though.
I only have one honorable mention. It's kind of a meme, so
I just have joke.
We can save the
we'll get to that. So
okay.
I think you guys know what my honorable mention is.
Yeah.
Is it honorable mention or honorable dismention? Or dishonorable mention? I messed
Bad
up.
Moms.
No,
2.
it's not a dishonorable mention.
Bad Moms Christmas. Yeah, baby.
All of my honorable mentions are all like 10 of the Doctor Who Christmas specials, actually. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to rank all of them.
They missed the list. Oh.
Real ranked in real ranked.
Christmas Invasion is top, and then it just goes down from there. Snowman's like mid, Last Christmas is a little bit above mid. Anyway, my number 9 pick is White Christmas. Yay! It's a good movie. I watched it a lot when I was little. We had like the same VHS tape that we've had since the 80s, and we watched it off of that for like 20 years straight until it finally gave out a few years ago. And it's very nostalgic. Me and my sister would always sing the Sisters song when I was little. So, well, both my sisters. So, music good. Mr. Bones' song was fantastic, although it did not fit with the rest of the movie.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, Bing Crosby is great as always. Rosemary Clooney is really good. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah. I've still yet to see it. I'm gonna see it in like a week. Nice. I think I'm gonna at the Redford Theater in Detroit, which is the theater that Evil Dead premiered at. Yeah, and I've gone there like twice now. It's a nice theater. But they have like some like White Christmas night, so I'm just gonna go there with a couple of my friends. So that'll be fun.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
This is just one of those movies that's like a classic to me and my family. Also, I don't even know if I really love it that much. I feel like it's just I've seen it so much that like it's ingrained. But nothing beats the last song. I mean, come on. It's great.
You can't not get a fuzzy feeling in your chest whenever they open up those big double doors to the sound stage with the very obviously fake snow. The very obviously fake forest.
We will talk about fake snow. This is definitely the worst of it, but it's great. It's charming.
Yeah,
it's all the charm, right?
Yeah.
Without all the problems. Anyways.
Yeah, great. The 4 leads are all really good. And just like really fun song and dance numbers, you know. So
pretty much.
It's a classic.
Sarah, do you have anything you want to say about White Christmas?
I haven't seen this one.
All
right.
We're on number 9, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
My number 9 is the Santa Claus.
Bah Humbug.
Damn.
Really? Okay.
We're not counting
it won't be. It won't. You know. It's like it's close. So,
you don't say Bah Humbug if it's like sequel. So like I know you have Santa Claus 3 is your number 1 pick, but like you don't have to say it right now.
Sorry, the escape clause is number 1. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shoot, you're right. Wonderful movie.
All right, am I up next then?
Yeah.
Okay, I doubt I'll get anybody Bah Humbugging on this one. My number 9 is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. To clarify, not Twice Upon a Christmas. Twice Upon a Christmas can go die in a hole. It looks terrible and it's not good. This is just, I mean, it's a pretty simple collection of 3 shorts, but Kelsey Grammer as a narrator is also funny to me. It was charming when I was younger, and now it's just funny. So it's got double meaning. The Goofy short's probably my favorite, mostly because I love Goofy Movie and Extremely Goofy Movie. So, you know, that adds up. And then, the Mickey one with the harmonica and the comb. I can't remember now. I always do this every time. You know, the classic. I give you this, but now I can't have this, and yada yada.
Yeah.
The Gift of Magi.
Thank you.
There you go.
And then the 3, the Donald Duck one's fine, but it's definitely the weakest link. But it's also fun lesson to be learned, kids. And for direct-to-DVD stuff, it's actually pretty good animation, all things considered. So it would have been on the animated sequels. That's probably where it would have belonged, but it's not a sequel, even though it kind of is to Goofy Movie. Whatever, it's fine. I love it. It's my personal favorite of like Disney holiday stuff. So
I was gonna bring up Mickey's Christmas Carol because I remember watching that all the time when I was little. I didn't realize it was only 26 minutes long.
Yeah.
That shit felt like an hour and a half when I was like 5.
Yeah.
I just saw it for the first time like recently. It's short. I don't know if that aired in like a TV special or something.
It probably did.
It probably did because it's that old. But I feel like you could have tacked that on here, like, and you could have, the runtime's not even 66 minutes, so you probably could have
Not
tacked
really
Mickey's Christmas
feature
Carol
length,
on.
but yeah.
What? Whoa! Wait! Are you implying that my pick isn't feature length, sir?
No. Yours is. I'm saying that
Mickey's, you're saying. Yeah, I see what
would
you're
it be feature length to make it on this?
Right. I mean, yeah, we could have fought that out, Matthew, but it's fine. Anyways, yeah, it's charming, delightful. I'd recommend. It's on Disney Plus, so nothing go wrong. Put it on in the background while you're making cookies or something. It's fun.
I need to make Christmas cookies.
I can't really say anything about this movie because it's been a minute since I've watched it. It's been a long time, I think, but I know I enjoyed it. So
yeah, it's just a delightful movie. I watched it 2 years ago, and yeah, pretty. It's cute.
I'll take cute.
It's good.
It's good. All right, if that's all, Kenny, you're up.
So my number 9 is A Christmas Story.
Oh no! Hey, it's better than The Princess Switch.
I mean, yeah.
It's not actually.
I think I just put this on here because it's one of those movies that my family watches all the time. And there's still some like enjoyable moments. Like I think I was having a conversation with John about it, and like the over reliance on boomer humor or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's still some like really good gags, really funny gags, and like there's some really solid acting, especially with like the old man. Like he like just delivers such a great performance in the movie, and it's just I don't know. It's like a staple to like my household. We always watch it. My mom always like cracks up watching it. So I just I just thought I had to put it on the list. So
All right. Well, I don't like this movie. I think just like the main kid is just super annoying. So it's just like, I didn't find the movie particularly interesting, or like I just found it boring to follow, and like the narration was really annoying, and and then there's just this really racist scene at the end of the movie, which brings it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched it for the first time last year, so I don't know. Maybe if I had nostalgia for it, it would be different. But I just really found it annoying to watch.
Also, I'd argue this movie has also contributed to the people going to Chinese restaurants on Christmas for some reason, which is ridiculous. Because it means I can't get Chinese food normally during the Christmas season. So, I don't have much to say
against this movie.
No, I don't. Honestly, my thing, I mean, everything that Matthew said is basically my problem with it too. But at least the Red Ryder, his like drive to get the BB gun is like was interesting to me as a kid. I don't know if I don't really care it now. Soap in the mouth, also very weird. And I think the funniest thing in the whole movie is just him getting his tongue stuck on a fucking pole. So I mean. I guess you have that.
Christmas Story is weird in my family in that we reference all of the bits all of the time to the point where it's like a staple. I don't think we've sat down and watched the movie more than like maybe 2 times. I haven't seen it since I was in middle school, and we never watched it over the holidays. But like we have a leg lamp ornament. We have several leg lamp ornaments on our tree. And like we referenced the telephone pole scene, and just the kid sliding down the Santa slide.
Yeah.
A lot. Just has the boot to the face, he gets pushed down. That's pretty funny. But yeah.
I don't know how you can avoid it though, because it's on like TNT all fucking day on Christmas.
We don't have cable.
Good. Good. You've saved yourself.
We haven't had cable since 2007. I think that's
why I watch it every year, because it's on cable.
I was forced to hike all the way over to my friend's house to watch the Wizards of Waverly Place movie when it premiered. That was terrible.
I mean,
it's uphill both ways.
Yeah, my family, I watched this a lot growing up, but somewhere along the way I just stopped liking it. I don't know if that's at all related to when my mom started using soap for when I would swear. I think she used this movie as inspiration for that. But other than that, I just like to kind of just echo what Matthew and Cole already said. It just has some very just not very bad scenes, and it just hasn't really aged super well for me. But I can understand if somebody grew up watching it, why they would have the nostalgia for it.
Yeah. Stephen in the live chat saying John has poisoned all your minds. It isn't that bad.
I had this opinion before I met John.
It's
Yeah,
just
Thanks,
mid to me.
Steven.
It's like all the problems with the movie are like definitely hinder it, but otherwise the movie's just kind of mid. So like I don't. It's not even really that. I don't have a stake in the game either way. I'm more mad that it just plays on TNT all day. That's honestly where I have my beef with the movie.
There's better movies to play on repeat.
Exactly.
Steven also said that the main kid is in Iron Man and Far From Home for like 5 seconds. Yeah, Peter Billingsley is in.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
What part does he play in the MCU? What?
He was the guy that Jeff Bridges yelled at.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that.
That doesn't help me at all.
Like
Okay,
a box
with a
of
box of scraps. Yep.
Oh, that was him.
Come on, Sarah, you gotta know this.
Ow.
And then it shows up again.
I'm only half here right now.
They redo the entire scene in Far From
Yeah.
Home. They show the entire scene.
So
Steven says we also have a leg lamp ornament.
Does every Midwestern family just have a leg lamp ornament? Is that
I
a
think
staple?
so. I think so.
I think Hallmark made sure of that. To be
Is
honest.
it like
Yeah.
Ohio or something? Or
Huh?
is it Illinois?
What?
The Christmas Story. I think it's like Illinois.
Based on Hammond, Indiana, by Gary.
Oh, okay. So-
by Gary.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very nostalgic for a certain time period of a certain section of the Midwest, which is where most of my family comes from. So I think that also helps. It also helps that my dad also wanted, I don't know if Red Ryder is an actual BB gun brand. I think it is. But he did want like a Red Ryder BB gun when he was Ralphie's age in like the 50s. So I guess he finds it heavily relatable or something.
I
Whatever.
mean, the movie is basically a nostalgia bait. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
just
made-
Ralphie's
boomer
it was made.
nostalgia.
It was made 30 years after the 50s, and
Christmas
now,
Story.
Yeah.
A Christmas Story is like the Joker for boomers.
I don't know how to feel about that statement. I think we've been talking about this movie too much.
All right, moving on. All right.
I've
Well, we're
usually
on.
heard Machiavelli referred to as the joke for boomers, but I like that a lot better, so I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Let's move on to my number 8, which is the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh,
Fucking
Wow.
You
Get
had
outta
this,
here. Oh my
this
God.
close to the fucking princess switch.
Yeah,
That's you.
that's just tragic.
Honestly, yeah,
Have
that's my.
you.
This is gonna be bad.
Disgusting.
The absolute look of disgust on Rachel's face.
At least I have it on my list.
What? What?
That doesn't make
why
me
you-
feel any better.
It's just an obligation, huh, Matthew?
Feels like my obligation to me right
I
now.
kind of
Yeah.
expected it to be on here when you put Christmas Switch at fucking 10. I was like, yeah, any Christmas movie better than that has a pretty fair chance of being on here. And considering the Muppet Christmas Carol is a masterpiece, I'm like, yeah, surely it's in like top 3 somewhere. I trusted in you, Matthew.
Well, I have my top 3 are movies I like more.
Wow.
Yeah, but then
Wow.
where does the 4, 5, 6, and 7?
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Okay. You know,
I don't think
that's
you guys
fair.
will be mad at like everything that's higher.
No.
I could be. I probably will be.
Anyways.
Anyway, my number 8 is going to be Love Actually.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It would have been on my list probably.
I've been putting this movie off for so
Shit, I
long.
forgot.
It's good. Bill Nye is fantastic at it.
What?
And
Not Bill Nye, the other
Bill
one.
Nye.
Not that one.
British
Oh.
man. No, time.
This science guy.
Yeah,
Davy
not the
Jones
same
and
guy.
Pirates of the Caribbean. There you go.
That's
That makes a lot more sense.
The CEO in Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
that's,
Why was that the thing that got you?
You seen Shaun of the Dead? That I don't know. If
Have I seen Shaun of the Dead?
No.
No.
I know you have. But Sarah, if Sarah has seen Shaun of the
I
Dead,
have not.
okay.
Y'all ever heard of a
That
little
won't
movie
help.
called Hot Fuzz?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
Wow.
Hey, I'm working on watching a lot of stuff. It's okay.
Yeah. Love Actually, good Christmas movie. Absolute banger cast, despite the fact that Liam Neeson and Laura Linney both seem kind of out of place, but other than that, it's fine. Thomas Brody Sangster looks the exact same in this in 2003 as he does in The Queen's Gambit, except he just has a mustache slapped on him. So yeah.
mean.
That guy looks like
He's
so
looked
teenager.
12
Yeah,
since
he looks like.
2003.
But isn't he like 30 now or something like that?
Yeah,
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
old. He was like 10 in this, and this is 2003. Do quick maths.
We covered this earlier. Basic math is hard.
Yeah. But yeah, cast is insane. You've got like Rowan Atkinson, Martin Freeman, Andrew Lincoln, Keira Knightley, Colin Firth, Laura Linney, Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Alan Rickman, Emma Thompson, Bill Nye, and a whole bunch of other like cameos from just random British celebrities.
That's true.
It's just a who's who of the early 2000s, and like Hugh Grant, fantastic as the Prime Minister in his prime floppy hair era in this movie. So, gotta give big major props to that. That's all.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's also I think out of all the movies to do this format, it's still the only one that's gotten it right.
Yeah.
So
Talk about Valentine's Day.
I'm good, thanks. New Year's Eve. Anybody?
God, no.
But yeah, it's one of those movies that I watch a lot with my mom, and so it's just like, she's in tears by the end of it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, the final scene in the airport it's really good. I think it has mostly to do. Yeah, it has mostly to do with just the fact that they're playing God Only Knows by the Beach Boys over it. I think any other song wouldn't have hit as hard.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's all I really have to say.
Solid movie.
I've not seen this movie.
All
right, Matthew, go ahead.
Nose Day thing.
I am not a big fan of this. I'm not really a fan of Love Actually. I think there's too many characters. I don't care about a single one of them. I find it really boring. There's like no character development or anything. I don't care about it. So
it's a Christmas movie.
Actually, enough.
That makes me sad.
I have quite a bit.
You put Christmas Switch on here.
It's better than Love Actually. So.
Gonna be a lot of that.
I hate this panel, you guys. I came here for a good time.
All right, Sarah, I guess.
My number 8 was Home Alone.
Bah humbug.
Humbug.
Yeah.
I expected that.
That's
all right.
Kind of low, dude.
I can explain it when we get to it.
That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Fair enough.
Actually, no, based. Mine's higher, but based.
All right. My number 8 is Die Hard.
The Humbug.
The Humbug.
Okay. I feel like it's appropriate at that low, but that's fine.
To go back with what Sarah was talking about before, my number 8 is the Santa Claus.
Solid choice.
I'm just forgetting about all these movies that I definitely watched a lot when I was little. I've not thought of the Santa Claus in a long time. I have thought of Santa Claus 3 a lot for some reason.
2 has been on my mind of recent, just for how freaking weird that movie is.
Does 2 have Bernard the Elf?
Yeah, by that point, I think, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because he has to work out with the marriage contract thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways.
I don't know the deep Santa Claus lore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kenny, what do you think of the Santa Claus?
I enjoy this movie. I like Sarah. I rewatched it like 2 days ago. The first thing I really like about the movie is like the music. There's a lot of good pieces of music in it. There's like 3 different themes that they use. I think it works pretty well. It's a weird movie if you just like think about it a lot, like the concept of it. You're like, how do the parents not believe in Santa? Like, like that is like the main thing. Like that doesn't make sense at all. But like if you just forget about that and just say like the parents are dumb, you know, that works for the movie.
Parents do be dumb.
Tim Allen does a good job. He's like a total asshole in the beginning, and then he just like totally changes like later, but it works. And it's just such a weird movie, but I like it. I don't know. There's not much I can really say about it. So
yeah, no, I like this movie too. I think there's a lot of heart to it, and you know, just like seeing Tim Allen embracing the role of Santa Claus is really charming. And I think the movie is really crazy though, like when like the police are like going after him.
It's great. It's got SWAT on him.
But I think it's just like adds to the charm. It's a fun movie.
I'm a fan of the beard transformations. It's just CG used at its finest. Also, some of the sets look like they're straight out of a Disney Channel movie, but that's fine. It's whatever. It's fine.
They advertised the hell out of this movie on Disney Channel. I remember that much.
Okay. When did this movie come out? 95?
Something like that. But like Disney Channel played it constantly when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird because it's like 2 movies in one, in a way.
Yeah.
Fun holiday movie, and then like a weird movie about like being a father in like a like when you're also divorced. So it's kind of like they merge, and then it kind of works and it kind of doesn't, but it's a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those movies. I think the reason I put it on my list is purely because of nostalgia. Because I think, like Kenny mentioned, we both like recently rewatched this, and I remember saying it only sits so well with me because I grew up watching it. Like, I don't think if somebody watched it for the first time when they're like in their early 20s, I don't think they'd really enjoy it as much. But yeah, I do enjoy this one. It's just it's a fun Christmas movie. It's nothing special, but like I said, I grew up watching it, so it has the nostalgia. That's
it's something I'll put on every year. Like, and I might rewatch the second and third one also. I kind of do that every year, just because.
Solid choice.
I think for me, it falls into the perfect background Christmas movie. Not that it's bad, just that it's like it is pretty bare bones, but it's also fun, stupid. You know, Dad becomes Santa. He becomes fat. He doesn't fit his clothes anymore. Awkward board meeting. Crazy.
Reindeer farts.
Reindeer farts. Oh God. Okay, maybe that's the part I'm like putting in the back of my head, trying to forget, is all the reindeer stuff.
The reindeer's
reindeer do be
great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, CG reindeer's a little weird, but they get more as it goes along. I don't know.
It's bad. Like there's like the scene where he's like just coming off of the house, and it's just like zoom, like boom, boom. It's like really jarring.
Can you just do the audio track for the whole movie, Kenny?
I want to see audio track of the whole movie.
Yeah, just dialogue, music, sound effects, everything.
Oh, you want me to do it myself?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not right now. I gotta record it later. I gotta record it.
Prep.
I'll at least do all the reindeer voices. Okay. They're all a bit different because they're all, there's a lot of reindeer.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah.
Do those voices.
They have different fart noises.
It's True.
All right, Rachel, what are your thoughts on Santa Claus?
Not much. I haven't seen it in a good while. The only thing that I can really comment on it that has happened in the last few years is one night, last night, at about midnight, Maher sat up in bed and said it's called the Santa Claus because his name is Santa Claus, but also like the contract clause. I'm like, yeah, Maher, that's the joke. And she went, okay, good night, and went back to bed.
Yeah. For the longest time, I thought that was how Santa Claus was spelled.
Oh, no.
God.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I love.
Oh my god!
Right.
It took me 21 years to put that together.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
I'm not a very observant
Bring it up
person.
like
Okay.
halfway through the movie, like for the first
Yeah.
No,
like 30 or 40
Not that
minutes.
I get that it's a plot point, but I never put it together. I don't.
It's okay. She's had several of these blonde moments, including one. It's like, oh my god, it's called a stoplight because you stop at the light. It's like, yeah, Maher. That's what a compound word is. I know how to fix it to you.
Last thing, Tim Allen makes his signature home improvement.
That's
Yes.
true. That is the reason why the movie's worth watching.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
he makes it in there. So watch it because of that, and then you'll just be like standing and clapping. Like, let's go.
Fun fact about that: I torment my roommate Sky by sometimes just randomly making that noise. So I did that, and he turns away from Overwatch to make the dirtiest look at me from across the room. You're locked into a contract with me for another year, bitch. Enjoy it.
Ugh.
Have you seen the video on YouTube where
There's a
Home
whole,
Improvement was just all the grunts?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Wonderful.
YouTube video with all the grunts from
We
Home
should have made
Improvement.
that the phrase that we had to say.
I should make a Windows environment where all of the sound effects are just different Home Improvement grunts.
Yes.
Can we change it to that? Is that too late? Is it too late?
Steven said he didn't realize it was spelled.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Hey, I'm the only one. I feel a little bit better now.
Like, do people just think it's like an alternate spelling? Is that what it is?
People
I
are
think that's it.
musical,
Yeah.
including me.
Children don't know what clauses are. They're not
Yeah.
business people.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess that's
exactly.
true. But it's a family movie. I guess you don't have the parent going, okay, just to explain the title to you before you go watch the movie.
We're going to get into
Santa-
contract
Hold
law.
up. Let's talk about contracts. Oh, we've talked about this franchise too much already.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, don't worry. Santa Claus 3 is coming right up.
Let's
Oh,
go.
And my number 7 is the Santa Claus 3 Escape Clause. It's a Home Alone 2. Because I didn't want to put both Home Alone movies on my list, so I put Home Alone 2.
This one made your list
Oh.
over.
Damn.
What?
Oh.
Matthew's over
must be
here with
upset
some hot
tonight.
takes.
I don't know.
I think Home Alone 2 is better. Yeah.
It's
I
not.
wanted to go with the Home Alone movie that I thought was better because I think it's just way more fun, and I think the addition of Tim Curry just adds so much great comedy, and it's just like it follows very similar beats to the first movie, but just like brings it up a notch. And I like both movies, so it's not like it's not like I don't like Home Alone or anything, but I just really like the second one more, and I really like the location of New York as well, and I think just brings a really fresh sense of wonder that I enjoy.
Lost in New York. The streets are numbered.
The Chicago slander.
Well, it has Rob Schneider in it, so
Yeah. You have to take stars away for that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's my reason of taking
the
stars
thing
away.
about this movie is just like it's like the same movie as the original, but like it
Yeah.
doesn't hit the same. I feel like the emotional,
That's-
like there's some very good emotional like beats in the first one, like you have with like Kevin and the old man or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
That's my
And
thing.
Kevin's
the Bird
mom and
Lady
John
does
Candy's
not
character.
hit as much as he does, because that's like the crux of the structure of the plot is like he has to learn something, but he's already learned it the previous year, so it doesn't work for me. I don't know.
Mhm.
Also, it's just more lavish. It's fun though, but it's also like for me, it's it's fine because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just set different place. But I will have
Yeah.
a preference for Chicago suburbs any day.
Yeah,
I didn't
So-
realize
Me too.
exactly
This-
how similar the two movies were until we watched them back to back. And I was like,
Yeah,
holy
Yeah, they are.
shit,
I just watched them back
this
to
is
back
the
the other day.
same movie.
Yeah, like I think that made me dislike the second one more than I probably should, but it is quite literally the same movie, just a different location, and it's just not as good as the original. It just doesn't hit the same.
It felt really short when we watched it too. Like it was like, oh wait, we're already like at
Yeah.
he's already getting kicked out of the hotel, you know, like oh, I thought we just started this movie. It there's a lot of potential, and I think they use it sometimes, but I feel like it doesn't stray away from the formula or whatever. So
Yeah.
I do think that the first one's a bit better. So
Out of all the Halloween, or sorry, Jesus Christ, all the Home Alone sequels, this is the only one I'd want to watch. So
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
although I'm curious.
oh yeah,
about
I
the
still
third
watch
one
this
because
movie.
I'm still curious about the third one because somebody said that there was like some sort of
Oh
plot.
yeah, it's about terrorists.
Terrorism.
Yeah,
I just want to
there's
know
like
how
a
that fits
chip on
in.
a toy car, and they gotta get the toy car back.
Get the toy car, exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole plot.
I need to watch it just to see how messed up it is.
Is it on Disney
There you
Plus?
go.
I don't know if it is or not.
I think they're all on
Yeah,
Disney,
Yeah,
that
they're
one
all
is.
on there. They're all on there.
and
1, 2, and 3 are.
including the unfortunate new one.
And Home Sweet.
Yeah, if you want to have a
I
super
mean-
fun time, just binge the 4 sequels. Like that's that'd be so fun.
God.
Holiday Heist has Malcolm McDowell, so
Yeah. Kubrick would approve.
Now this is cinema. Yeah.
I don't even know whose turn that was.
I think it's mine
But
next.
before Steven said he knew how to spell Santa Claus, he just he didn't realize that the title of the movie was different.
I mean, I'll give him that because first time I watched it, I definitely did not know how to read. So,
Yeah, that's okay. I know how Claus is spelled both ways. I just didn't realize it was different. I'm in the same boat, but the only difference here is I grew up watching this movie a lot. So,
I mean, same.
and I also watched it 2 days ago.
Albert said that
Still
that's
didn't
why
put
he
it
didn't spell Santa Claus.
He still can't.
Yeah, this is funny. Thank you, Albert.
Thanks,
This is a funny
Albert.
joke. Haha.
Ah.
Or maybe he really did it, and we're just laughing. At him
Yeah, you guys
now.
are laughing at him. English is a second language. Come on.
I that's not okay. It's a struggle for
Wow,
people.
Cole, that's so
It is
cool.
a first language, so it
Wow.
doesn't-
Kind of problematic, Cole. Can't believe you'd say something like
Wow.
Hey, Rachel, what's your next pick?
All
this.
right.
Actually, yeah. I'm expecting that Bah Humbugs, but it's still a good movie. My number 7 pick is Elf.
Bah humbug.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I've watched it so often with my family that I go in cycles of, wow, this is the best Christmas movie I've ever seen, to, oh my God, we've watched this 20 times in the past 2 weeks. Please let this hellscape end. It's like, the coffee scene's good. And it just goes back and forth. So I'm just at a low peak right now. So
My number 7 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
what? No. Bah
Bah
humbug.
humbug.
Hey, a lot of my ones that are lower because I didn't grow up watching them. Like I didn't see this for the first time until last year.
I just don't think it's that.
I watched it for the first time a couple days ago.
You guys are ridiculous.
I'll elaborate more when we
Matthew,
get to
did you watch National Lampoon's Vacation before you watched Christmas Vacation?
No.
Okay, good. At least you have that. So,
Rich, have you seen European Vacation?
I've seen 15 minutes because I was going to study for a John Hughes match, and I said no.
I'm just wondering if you have. I'm not saying that you have to watch it. Like you don't. But like I'm just curious.
You don't have to watch any of the vacation movies. I've just been forced to watch Christmas Vacation since I was 2. So now I just have Stockholm Syndrome, I think.
Nice.
Yes. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
7. Yeah, Black Christmas.
Bah humbug.
Humbug.
That's
Oh,
fine.
Bah humbug.
Okay.
oh,
That's fine.
okay.
Honestly,
That'd
this
be-
is a newcomer. I don't feel like I can put it that high, but it's pretty solid. So I'm excited to hear. What other
Are
people
we
have to say.
including sequels? Because I might have to take that back. Or like remakes, because I might have to take that bah humbug back. If so.
Oh, I'm
I'm
referring
kidding.
to.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, no, not 2019.
2019 Black
2006.
Christmas, number one pick, guys.
Yeah. That's actually my number one.
I love Carrie Ills saying that's the alpha entering your body. It's one of my favorite quotes from any movie ever. Anyway, we can move on now.
Honey, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Klaus. Okay. I watched this when it first came out like 2 years ago with my family, and I really enjoyed it. The animation was nice and refreshing. J.K. Simmons as this like Russian Santa or whatever was very cool to see. And Jason Schwartzman does a good job as like the lead. And I think Norm Macdonald was also like one of the side characters, which was fun to like just hear him in there. But it was just like a charming, refreshing Christmas movie that was like different than just watching like the same movies over and over again. So I'll remember it as that. I haven't watched it since then, but I just think of it highly since I've watched it 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think this is a really enjoyable movie for both kids and adults. And, I love 2D animation. It's always nice to see that being used again, and then it's basically Christmas Emperor's New Groove, but I think it's still fun, and voice cast is
No, I
great.
have to watch it.
Yeah,
You'll like it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Rachel, have you seen it, or Sarah?
No, it's
No,
on
I have not
Netflix.
seen it.
I
Okay.
need to watch it this year. So
It's good. Yeah, it's also one of these like honorable mentions that are definitely close to the list, but I feel like I had too much animation on there already, so I kind of had to clear some slots, unfortunately. But this is really great. I think the thing it gets right is just changing up the formula, because in breaking from like normal kind of understanding of Christmas, it does like just so much more fun. The fighting between the two gangs or whatever is great. The bell, I love that scene. Yeah, it's really fun. Even if like I think the ending kind of falters in that liar reveal kind of plot twist. It's I never like it, but honestly, it comes and goes on this one so fast that it's fine. But yeah, I think it's just such a good looking movie too. Definitely some of the best animation from Netflix for sure. Yeah, I think it will be a classic going forward, hopefully. More than some of the other crappy animated stuff. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I think we should clarify that none of like the Rudolph specials or anything Charlie Brown is on the list because
otherwise those would
like
have very much been on my list.
Charlie Brown would have been up there, but
yeah,
because they're not feature lengths,
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we didn't put it.
So don't want anybody to freak out that Rudolph's not on number one or something.
Where the hell's Rudolph? What'd you do with Rudolph? Where's Frosty?
What little drummer boy? Where is he?
Where is he? What did you do with him? What did you do with Baby New Year? Where is he?
So,
all right. We'll go ahead to my number 6 then, which is Die Hard.
Bah humbug.
Oh.
okay, my number 6 is Miracle on 34th Street, the original one from 1947.
I need to watch this.
It's good. Yeah. I don't really watch that many, I don't watch that many older movies, and I just watched this recently for the first time, like last week, I think, maybe a few days ago. Time isn't real. I've been awake for 36 hours.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, solid movie. Natalie Wood is fantastic in it. I didn't realize she was in this until I just started watching it. And then I think it was my roommate that leaned over and said, "Is that the girl that was murdered by like Robert Wagner and Christopher Walken?" I was like, yeah. Well, technically, we're not allowed to say that, but yeah. Maureen O'Hara is fantastic as Doris. John Payne. Edmund Gwenn is wonderful casting as Kris Kringle. The one thing that did bother me was at the very beginning scene, he like leans into No, he goes past a Christmas window. He's like, oh, the reindeer in the wrong order. And you look down and the reindeer are exactly the same. Absolutely no difference between any of the models. It annoyed me. And he like knocked, and I worked in retail during Christmas season, and a lot of people would like knock on the front windows to try and get in after hours. And he does that, and it Vietnam War flashback. I didn't like it. Everything else about the movie is fantastic, though. So, am I the only one who's seen this chat?
I've seen the 1990s one.
Okay.
I think a long time ago. That's my only experience with it.
That has Mara Wilson in it as the little girl, right?
Whoever is the Matilda. Girl. I don't know her name.
Mara Wilson.
Mara Wilson.
And then it's the guy from Jurassic Park is Santa. The old guy.
Jeff Goldblum plays Santa?
No.
What are you?
The one where they make a funny joke in Red Notice.
It's Richard Attenborough.
Yeah, that was a very funny joke from Red Notice, my favorite movie of the year.
I never got to talk about this. All right.
so let's talk about Red Notice.
It's red like a Christmas present.
Yeah, that's
that fits
because it has red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street is great. Super charming cast and just a very comforting Christmas movie.
Yeah, just haven't seen it. It's one of the ones. Yeah. It's like on the list. It will be watched this season, I think.
It's only 96 minutes, which is one of the main reasons why I watched it, and it's also
nice.
HBO Max.
Love that. Yeah, I wanted to watch this one before, but I ran out of time. Yeah, so we're on number 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've completely forgotten how to count. My number 6 is It's a Wonderful Life.
Bah
Humbug as well.
Damn. I just haven't seen it. The only thing I know about It's a Wonderful Life is the every time the bell rings, the angel gets wings. And then Caroline talking about how it's her favorite Christmas movie because it's the only one that has to deal primarily with suicide. So those are the 2 pieces of knowledge I have about the entire movie.
Yeah.
Vital information, clearly.
Vital information, methinks.
All right, am I up then?
Yeah.
All right. Definitely won't get any about humbugs on this one, but I want to talk about it. My number 6 is Tokyo Godfathers. So
for a second,
I thought you were going to say Tokyo Drift, and I was so confused.
Yeah. Fast and Furious presents. No, it's at Christmas. What? No. Alas, it is not a Christmas movie. Also, probably wouldn't get on the list for everybody's sake. This is great. I saw it last year for the first time. I love me some Satoshi Kon, and this is more of the same. Probably like the most grounded of his movies in terms of just like being the presentation of it being pretty straightforward.
Paprika is super grounded. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man, it's okay. Anyways, it's just like fun antics around the city. Keep the baby, don't lose the baby. That's basically the plot. I think the dynamic between Hannah and Jin are just fantastic. And the fact that there's just a teenager as a homeless person. Very interesting. I should clarify, everybody is homeless. At least the main characters. But I think it brings a lot of good questions about like what it means to be a family at Christmas time. It's kind of that dynamic. You kind of see some of the bad cases and the good cases. And so it's just a lot of fun too. I had to get an anime pick on here. I think it was the only one that was going to happen. So
if you're going to pick anything, I'm glad for this. That's what you even pick. Are there any other Christmas?
Yeah, what else?
There's an anime Little Women. I guess you could do that.
There's an anime adaptation of Les Miserables.
What?
The book or the play?
I said what I said.
Okay, all right. Too many questions to ask. So yeah, I recommend it to everybody if you haven't seen it.
I was gonna watch it this year, just did not have the time.
It was just, I think it was streaming at a time, and I did not get a chance to watch it. So
yeah, sub versus dub on this one. I think the sub is by far better. The dub is fun though. but especially because he's not a lot of good voice actors on it. But it's just doesn't hit the same. So yeah, all
right, Kenny.
My number 6 is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
The humbug.
I forgot we were including
the one singular Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the only one.
Oh, excuse me. The very Gaga Thanksgiving would like to speak with you. We had this conversation over Discord, like during Thanksgiving break. There's like no other deep, like actual Thanksgiving movies. I think it's just this one.
And Spider-Man.
Son of a Woman. Thanksgiving movie. Son of a Woman.
Go Web, go.
All right, well, go ahead, talk about the movie, Kenny.
All right, well, I'll go to my number 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about Humbug.
Yeah, Bah Humbug.
Which is It's a Wonderful Life.
Bah Humbug.
Bah Humbug.
Number 5
Yes.
for us? Okay, my number 5 pick is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Because 2 is better than Part 1, guys. We just watched them 3 in a row, which is why you don't like Part 2 as much. Yeah, it's a Christmas horror movie. It's fantastic. I watched it with half the server. Okay, people die in it. The garbage day scene alone, I think, makes it worth the watch. Again, you don't have to watch the first movie in order to watch this one. In fact, it's more to your detriment if you do. Especially if you watch them in quick succession with each other. But I should mention, because Sarah and Matthew, I don't think you've seen it, this first 40 minutes of this 84-minute movie are a clip show of the first movie.
What?
That is completely voiced over by the little brother of the killer of the first movie.
Yes.
Okay.
But the person who plays the little brother is in a mental institution, and he cannot act for shit, which makes it so much better.
Yes.
Yeah, exact same.
Even though he did not have it growing up one bit.
Yeah.
And he just developed it once his brother.
So his older brother, when he's like 6, witnesses his parents getting murdered by a guy dressed up as Santa Claus on Christmas morning. The little brother is literally 6 months old while this happens and can remember absolutely none of it. So he has secondary trauma from his brother just telling him about it, apparently, even though he has vivid recollections of the exact same scenes from the first movie from when he was 6 months old.
Damn.
But, Billy told him all about it. It's okay. It works.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, this is fun. Eric Freeman is just the cheesiest performance I've seen in a movie in a good long while. And it
those eyebrows. So.
Those eyebrows. He was acting with those brows like rent was due the next day.
Who said that young version of him looked like me? Which when he was driving the car.
I think
and the first murder scene's also pretty funny too.
Oh yeah.
With the car.
Is that the one with the car, right? Yeah.
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 Oh my god.
Yeah, you can't watch the 2 back to back. You will not enjoy it. I think you can even just get away with just watching the second one.
You definitely can.
But if you I feel like the best enjoyment is you watch the second one and then you watch the first one. I feel like that's how you would do it, but not like back to back, just at some point down the road. Mm-hmm. But they're fun. They're really like I feel like I don't really know if it takes itself that seriously in the second one.
God,
really
no, it doesn't.
No, it definitely does not.
Yeah. What kind of Christmas season would it be without Garbage Day?
Garbage
Day. Oh, and the one scene where he just absolutely rolls over a guy in the car and he just goes.
Yes.
It falls over.
It's great.
Just does a death drop in the middle of the road. It backs out to like a wide
angle. I know what you're talking about now.
Back and forth from like over the guy in the Range Rover from like 100 feet away.
He has to move. He moved a bit.
Good movie, very funny. Would recommend watching only the second one in a big group of people, if possible. It's prime viewing experience.
In full best of the worst style.
I also tricked Andrew into watching it with us, so that's fun.
That also was fun.
He enjoyed it.
I think he did.
Yeah.
He might put off Evil Dead for a long time now, but I think it was worth it.
But like slashers, I feel he can handle. So
You'd figure, right? Because it's not like that scary.
I don't know. Some scenes of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 had me shaking in my boots. Like, yeah, I got nothing.
Was the night the night before Christmas scene. That was scary.
Whoa.
I was
shaking
in my boots.
I mean, the whole end encounter with the what's her name now? Mother Superior.
Mother Superior.
At the end is just with that whole thing is just fantastic too.
They're falling down the stairs.
He just gets blown by a shotgun out the window.
Yeah.
And he's still somehow a little bit alive, and then he dies.
This is just a daily occurrence in Utah, guys. I hope you know that. This is just what it's like in Utah.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to know.
I'll stay away from orphanages.
Mormons be
I will.
crazy.
Mormons just be crazy like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good,
All right.
good movie.
Well, before we move on to Sarah's number 5, I'm just gonna bring up. Albert says he still hasn't seen that movie in the thumbnail.
It's a Wonderful Life.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Me neither. So.
Yeah, I quite literally have not been able to talk about any of my picks when I actually mention it, and I already know it's going to continue with this one because my number 5 is Muppets Christmas Carol.
Bah humbug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do all three of us just have it in the exact same position?
It's possible.
It's
I don't want to say.
You might be surprised.
It might ruin the entire discussion.
Who knows? Let's go to Cole's.
I think we share the same brain cell.
I have
so
a negative one. I don't know about you guys.
Huh?
What?
What?
So my number 5 is Home Alone.
I felt like I cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You sure?
Really badly.
You sure did. My number 5 is Home Alone.
Bah humbug.
Okay.
Bah
Very
humbug.
slightly.
Okay.
I think this is gonna be another bah humbug. It's a Wonderful Life is my number 5.
Yeah. It's the same as mine. So.
Bah humbug.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, my number 4 is The Shop Around the Corner.
Bah humbug.
Oh wow.
I need to watch this.
Oh.
Oops. Okay. My number 4 is 1974's Black Christmas. The
Bah
original.
humbug.
Damn,
Oh.
really?
Whoa, hey, we're having an interesting
Did we
conversation.
just do a full
Whoa.
rotation? I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
All right, Sarah, what's your number 4 pick?
Number 4 is Die Hard. Finally get to talk
Yeah.
about one. I watched this for the first time earlier this week, but I think what I liked about it is the fact that most Christmas movies are like very different than this. They're usually all like happy and shit. This one is about a terrorist plot, but it takes place at Christmas, so it's a Christmas movie.
Oh, it's like Home Alone 3.
I was about to say. it's Home Alone
I haven't
3.
seen Home Alone 3, so. But I really enjoyed this. I mean, I'm surprised it took me this long to watch, considering I've religiously watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine for over 5 years, and it's heavily referenced in the show. Somehow, this is, I think, the first movie I've seen Alan Rickman in, and I might be forgetting something. I'm getting to it. I'm watching Harry Potter over.
Okay, I forgot.
Oh.
I'm getting to it. I'm watching it over
Oh.
break, but we don't need to talk about that now. But I really enjoyed his performance, and it's just I just really enjoyed it. And I like the fact that it was an action movie, which just is different from most everything. I think that's why I liked it so much, is because it's different from pretty much every other Christmas movie that I've seen, at least.
Cole?
Yeah. I had this. My number 8, I think. 8. Yeah, it's one of those movies that is just really fun 80s action. I think at this point, like John McClane has become this like action icon. But I think here she's just the most grounded. It's not getting too ridiculous as you get later on. Also, like Die Hard 2 is just this movie. It suffers from the same thing as Home Alone 2, where it's the same movie just set in a different place.
The title is quite literally just Die
Harder.
I lost my shit when I saw that.
I think it's only in the US
for the longest time.
But yeah, Alan Rickman's great at Hans. I think the whole family dynamic of him like trying to save his marriage, but also his family, and having to literally overcome obstacles of financial terrorists, which is like, yeah, I love it. I forgot that the whole bit with the driver in the garage is also pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like the FBI gets involved, and then there's a cop from what's that show, Family Ties? I can't remember. Anyways, he's like, I know that there's somebody in there. We have to let him save the day. And everyone's like, no, there are financial terrorists in the building. But he does it anyways. So, yeah. Nakatomi Plaza, iconic movie location now. Also, I think the good part of it too is that it is set in this one location for the most part, other than the side plots. Doesn't get too complicated, like Die Hard 2 does, and then the rest of the Die Hards. So, yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Kenny?
I have seen this movie. I think I saw it for the first time last year. Can't really say much about it, but I didn't really factor into my list. I was just picking more of actual. Well, not. I don't want to say that because that's gonna be.
Hey, I will fight you on it if you say.
I mean, like the movies you see like on TV, usually during Christmas, like on Freeform or whatever.
Yeah, you think Die Hard's gonna play on Freeform?
No, yeah, that's why it's not. So I just didn't factor it in, but like we were having discussion on like Wednesday about like, oh, you could do like the Green Knight or like Iron Man 3 or like all these different movies, and I just never factored that in. But I enjoyed this movie. It's a good movie. It's a good action movie, and I can see why it just became such a cultural like icon of a film. So.
Yeah, no, it's just a really thrilling action movie. Great stunt work. You know, Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman are both really good, and I think they just they balance each other out really well. And there's also just some really great humor placed within the action. I think just great. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's just one of those. I didn't watch Die Hard with my parents or anything, or any of my family. I watched it for the first time last year in like the middle of summer, I think. Or no, it was like early fall, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just not one of those movies I associate with like the Christmas season, I suppose. So even though it does heavily feature like a lot of Christmas themes, there's a Santa hat in there.
The whole plot is a Christmas party, though.
I mean, yeah, but it just doesn't strike me as, a Christmassy movie, so I never really think of it that way.
I'd fight you on that, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is.
I'm willing to die.
I'm not going to argue against it.
Are you willing to die hard?
It doesn't strike me.
Yes.
Or die harder.
Oh.
Or die hard with a vengeance.
Live free to die hard. There you go. Yeah, it's a great movie. I just don't think of it as a Christmas movie. And of course, yeah, whatever. It's semantics at this point, but who cares?
To be clear, I don't actually care either way what people think if it's a Christmas movie or not, because it's a good action movie either way. If it was like a bad action movie and people were like putting in this Christmas label, I'd be like, maybe not. Yeah. But it's honestly it's good, and it's like I don't know, it makes sense.
It's a Christmas movie.
Exactly. So, all right.
Okay. Cole.
Who's next?
What's your number 4?
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, I guys.
That's Sarah's.
My number 4 is It's a Wonderful Life.
Damn.
Okay. Is it anybody else's 4? Oh no. Oh, you guys already said. Yeah. Saw it for the first time last year, so I'll preface it with that. And then I immediately watched it again after I finished it. So I think that says something to it. It's also very long, so maybe I didn't have to do that. But the first time I watched it was with the Turner restored color bullshit, and I had to watch it that way. And it's not. It looked gross. Seeing in black and white is the way to go, people. Please don't.
I almost made the mistake of rewatching it.
I watched it
the other day.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's one of those great examples of a like classic Hollywood movie where the first half is like a setup to basically the second half. So you got to be in it for that. And you kind of have to understand the financial side of it, what's going on. But once you do, you get to the suicide plot, and it's great. And the angels and the wings, and him just basically discovering what he has done for the town has brought so much joy to everybody in his family. And God, you can't beat that ending. I mean, it melts your heart every time. So I don't know what else I have to say other than I said don't watch it in color. Oh, college Jimmy Stewart is pretty funny to me. That scene's great, but it's like I don't believe you're a kid coming out of college. I just don't believe that. You look like you're 40. So sorry. Yeah, and also just great direction from Frank Capra. It's definitely one of I haven't seen many of his films yet. I gotta fix that, but it's definitely honestly it makes the movie, especially with the angel character. I'm forgetting the name now, but
Learn.
kind of, yes, that's it. Thank you. The back and forth there is fantastic. So, yeah, it's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I watched it like 2 weeks ago, I think, or like during Thanksgiving break. I was gonna watch Muppets Christmas Carol with my mom, but then I mentioned that I had never seen It's a Wonderful Life before, and then we immediately changed it to that. But it's the movie just works like very well. It's a lot of build up with everyone's dynamic in the town and Jimmy's like Jimmy Stewart's like personal life or his character's personal life, but it pays off extremely well in the end with its whole third act, with the suicide third act. It like with like a Christmas Carol-esque kind of moment. But it really works, and it's like probably one of the best endings like in all of film, I'd say. So
yeah, when he's like running through the street and he's just like so joyous. I mean, it's kind of just Christmas Carol with like a couple extra steps.
Right.
But it's also great. That's what Hollywood used to do all the time back then, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a reverse Scrooge in a sense,
right? Because he gave up too much.
He's
of his
like
money.
selfless instead of selfish, you know.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. No. Yeah. This is just a great movie. Trying to think. The look of it also just like looks really pretty, just from the cinematography side.
Yeah.
I
think good fake snow in that too. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
It is fake snow. You're very obvious it's fake snow, but I think it looks like good fake snow.
It looks good.
Yeah.
So,
Real fake snow.
Yeah, I last time I watched this movie was 2 years ago. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to rewatch it, but I just remember really enjoying it. So
it's one of those movies I wish my parents introduced to me before, because I would have loved it then too, I think. Which is also probably why I haven't seen Miracle on 34th Street. I think they just didn't care about it either. So it's like this weird thing where me liking movies has caused me to go back and explore these other ones. I guess I got to watch some silent Christmas movies now. That's if I'm going all the way back.
We were talking about those earlier. I think there's only like a few adaptations of Christmas Carol and not much else. So
which is fine.
It's fine.
Christmas Carol good. So
Christmas Carol do be good. We'll talk about that later, I suppose.
silent holiday movie, Anthem Carriage.
That's right. The New Year's Eve movie, technically. Yeah.
Honorable mention for me.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right.
I love this movie. I think it hurt to put it at number 6, but I think I had to put it that low. It's just I love the movies that I watch, like that I have higher, just the slightest bit more, and also it is a bit long, so like anytime something's a little bit longer and I'm fighting to rank it, it's probably going to drop a bit. But like, it's one that I grew up watching, and I think it's one that I like more every time I rewatch it. But yeah, I agree with pretty much everything that's been said. I think everybody should watch this movie at least once. It's just a classic Christmas movie.
I wonder if because the movie's so long that like when Christmas Story came around and they're like, oh, it's shorter and people also like it. Let's put it in that slot instead, and it has never changed back.
I will
like
say,
I don't feel like I don't see it on Christmas that much. Honestly, I know it's weird, but on TV because it is such a long movie.
I will say, I think growing up, my mom would always have A Christmas Story on repeat, but as I got older, she started putting this one like on repeat, like on the TV. Because like I don't know if it was a recording or what, but like I think she started putting this one because it was a longer movie, and like I would be more willing to watch it when I was older. When I was a kid, I would lose interest by the halfway point.
Oh, your attention span.
I have no attention span. It was even worse as a kid. So long movies were not my favorite until recently. Yeah, good movie. Good movie.
All right.
Who's next?
Kenny.
My number four is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Bah humbug.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3 is Black Christmas, 1974.
Damn. I'm surprised it's that high. I mean, I have number 4, but like, I expected that for me. So
you didn't expect that from me. I love this movie. It's really, really just like well done in the story and like how the mystery is all like, how the mystery is done, but also just like how it, the characters are all really great, and I think it really does a good job of making you care about some of them, and I think also just the some of the themes that it's dealing with just like are very ahead of its time, and just really great kills as well.
Yeah, it's up there with Scream as probably one of my favorite slasher movies, just because it's so innovative in its plot. It's the first movie or the first major movie to utilize the call is coming from inside the house, which is now just a staple of horror.
Yeah,
to the point where it's a meme now. So yeah, it's great. It's a solid horror movie and just a solid Christmas movie. So
yeah.
The
use of one location is also just really great.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
I mean, it's more than like one location. Like,
well,
I feel like they go, I know the central threat is
the central,
there, but,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
But the police station, like back and forth, there's a lot of that. The phone tapping, kind of getting that right.
Yeah.
I guess I could fully talk about it. Is that okay?
Yeah, Sarah hasn't seen it.
Okay. I saw this first time like a couple weeks ago, and so I was very surprised. I'm very surprised how much it fits in that slasher genre, but also being released in 1974, which is crazy to me. How much it holds up in comparison to like the 1980s when it really got like popular. And so for that reason, I think it's great. Margot Kidder being just drunk for most of the movie is also pretty funny to me until she gets murdered. But it happens. Anyways, what else can I say? I mean, what?
Doesn't 1974, so this would have come out before John Carpenter's Halloween, wouldn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I always thought of Halloween as like, I would have thought of Halloween as like one of the first slashers, but I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it has all the formula bits there quite like you kind of get with Halloween.
Yeah.
But you still have like the skeleton of it there, so.
Yeah.
Right, and the same with like Psycho kind of has it too, but not quite. It's just like this is basically slowly building up to that moment.
Isn't this film like Canadian too? I feel like that might have affected it because it was like Halloween was like a U.S. release, so
to call it a Christmas movie is true, but it's like you could this one. I'm like you could rearrange some things. It's probably like doesn't have to be Christmas. But it's great. It's the better for it, I think. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, first time I've seen it, so I don't have much to say other than I quite enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I really like the joke about the alcohol with the house mother, and
yeah, it was a good joke.
Okay, that was like the bit. I'm like, you're kind of stretching this on a little bit too much, but it was funny at first. Also, Bob Clark's best Christmas movie.
Yes, I was
A Christmas Story. I don't like. So, yeah.
I was about to say the same thing.
What about Baby Geniuses, Cole? What about Baby Geniuses?
I haven't caught that one yet. Unfortunately,
Is that a Christmas movie?
No, it's just a Bob Clark movie.
It's just a Bob Clark movie.
I have seen Porky's though.
Oh, great!
Which is also bad and dated, and yeah, it makes sense why this man also directed A Christmas Story to me. Yeah, so. But
cool.
Black Christmas, great.
Black Christmas movie though.
Yeah, it's weird how like his other movies are outdated, but this one just aged really well, and like especially with its themes about abortion, I think.
Yeah. Oh God, I didn't mention that.
Very ahead of its time.
Yeah, we didn't even touch on that.
Oh yeah, and the fact it's Keir Dullea from 2001, which is always so weird to me because it's like they're clearly college students, but I think he's supposed to be a master's studying, so he's clearly older, and you understand that, but you don't know how much older. And so like when they're like, he's like, I want you to have the baby. She's like, I don't want to have the baby. It feels even weirder in that way. But maybe there's also just expectations from seeing him in one of my favorite movies. So
yeah,
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
My turn for number 3.
Sarah and Kenny, do you guys have anything you want to say about Black Christmas, even though you haven't
seen it?
Never seen it.
Check it out.
Yeah, you should.
I definitely will.
I will add it to my watch list.
All right.
I think it's mine for top 3, right? Okay. My number 3 pick is Home Alone, the original one. I have to say, okay. Okay. Huh?
I'm interested where this goes.
Okay. I was gonna say my top 3 isn't objectively the best Christmas movies, except for the top one. That is objectively the best Christmas movie, but they're just movies that I watched.
My number 1 is very objectively not the best Christmas movie, so.
Yeah, Home Alone isn't all that good compared to a lot of the others on the list that I have lower, but I just watched it a lot to the point where it's just staple now. So,
all right, Sarah, what is your number 3?
My number 3 was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
All right.
I watched this for the first time like 3 months ago. I had to prep for a match, and I just kind of put on because it was the only one that I could find that I hadn't seen that was actually streaming somewhere. And I ended up really enjoying it because I didn't really know anything about it going in other than Steve Martin was in it. I think it's a really charming movie. The comedy really lands for me. And it's the only Thanksgiving movie that really actually matters. So I think it deserves something for turning a holiday that's largely ignored by a lot of people in this country to it does a good job of turning it into a really good movie, and I can easily see myself rewatching this a lot. I wish I had more to say on it, considering I put it at number 3, but I didn't have time to rewatch it, and it was multiple months ago. So, but really good movie. I really like it.
It's a very good movie. Just a classic, road trip goes wrong type of movie. You got your Tommy Boys, your Midnight Runs, all that stuff. It's great. The dynamic between John Candy and Steve Martin's great. John Hughes' direction elevates it. But I watched this with my mom for the first time 2 months ago over October break, and that was fun. And I thought I was going to relate to it because I thought I was going to be flying home for like Thanksgiving, but thankfully not so, because that would have been terrible. But I had a good time watching this movie, and I think it's probably one of the best. Just like, I mean, it's probably the best Thanksgiving movie because there's not a lot out there.
Yeah.
But it's still an enjoyable movie that can just be like relating to anything in the holidays, anything with travel. So
yeah, I saw it first time not that long ago either, so it's fresh in my head. It's really good. It's also like not as sometimes conflicting as some other John Hughes movies in terms of its messaging, because it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of have the fun with it, and so. And also, I mean, John Candy just makes it, man. It's the best. I mean, I love Steve Martin, but I mean, it only works because he's in that movie.
You have to, John. If John Candy wasn't there, it wouldn't be the same movie.
Right. It really.
He's the part of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like when the car is like completely broken down to the point where there's nothing. Like it's basically just a frame with wheels, and you're like. They're somehow still alive. It's just great, and then the whole goodbye at the train station is just or train station I say on the L I guess is great. So yeah.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles is similar to Christmas Vacation, or not Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, and that my family references a lot, but I don't think we've actually ever sat down and watched it together, just because we don't get together for Thanksgiving like that much. So, but almost every time that we're going down the highway, we always reference "You're going the wrong way." So that's fun. It's a great movie.
I've never seen it.
You should watch it.
Sad.
But it's not streaming, I don't think. But
It's on
might
Hulu.
be.
Is it not on Hulu anymore? It was on Hulu
I
recently.
think I rented it.
Oh.
Don't worry, man.
I did watch it back in September.
I will watch it there then.
Oh,
All right.
cool.
Cool then. Let's go to your number 3.
My number 3 is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nice.
Bah humbug.
Ooh,
I should have guessed that. Yeah.
damn.
I am a champion for this movie, and I'm very surprised by that. I'm almost kind of upset I didn't put it higher now, but okay, that's fine. I have
You're
decisions
saving
to make.
the best spot for the best one. So
No,
yeah.
but I'm saving my favorite for number 1. So
yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Kenny?
Well, my number 3, which isn't, I don't think it's that big of a shocker. It's Home Alone.
Yeah.
So not that far from when Rachel said Home Alone. So I think this is one of the quintessential. Well, I can't even say the word. The essential Christmas movies. It's a great time. The emotional aspects of it really work. With like Catherine O'Hara's character as the mom, and also with John Candy, and just like there's a lot of great moments in the movie, and like John Williams just like pops off like in the movie. He does a really good job. And it's just like it's just so weird that he does that movie, but it works, you know. It's I don't know. It's just it's always a great time to watch the movie whenever it's on cable. So I very much I think it's definitely the movie I watch every year. It's one of those movies. That's why it's up there at number 3. So
yeah. Home Alone's great. I like the second one more, but that doesn't mean I don't like Home Alone, like I already said. And I think just great booby traps and like just a super fun time. And Joe Pesci is great. I don't think we talked about Joe Pesci that much, but Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern and Harry Marv are great characters and super fun to see them get into his traps. And yeah, but then also Old Man Marley, is that his name? I think is I really like that like heartfelt part in the story. So yeah, Rachel.
Yeah, it's great. It was my number 3 pick as well. It's just something that I've watched every single year since as far back as I can remember. So yeah, fantastic slapstick. The scene with the nail just still makes me cringe even just thinking about it. So, and the doorknob too. Jesus. I love M. It's a wonderful movie.
Yeah. I had this as my number 8. I think continuing theme, it's because I hadn't really watched a lot growing up. It's still a great movie, and I can see why it's some people's favorites. It's just I think because I've said this about pretty much every movie I've had ranked low, because I didn't grow up watching it. It just doesn't have like the nostalgia. I mean, my number 1 pick, without saying what it is, it's purely because of nostalgia. But like I think I can. It's a great movie, and I will rewatch it every year now that I've like started to watch it. But yeah, it's a great movie. I'll leave it at that. I'm just repeating myself at this point.
I don't know if I can add anything else other than it's good. Is the toothbrush approved by the Dentist Association? It's pretty funny to me.
The American Dental Association? Yeah.
Yeah, they're shitty parents too, which is funny.
Yeah.
They really are. I don't know. It's great. I feel like everyone said everything. So I feel like we talked about it so much earlier that like, I've gotten
There's also not really much to wax poetic on about Home Alone. So
what? Crazy.
It's about family.
If we want to talk about family,
it's like Star Wars Episode 7 or Episode 8, The Last Jedi. It's about family.
Fuck no! Don't talk about The Last Jedi.
It's about grind.
That's what Carrie Fisher says. It's about family.
Wonderful.
Anyways, I think that's it.
No, go on. Carry on.
No.
Should we talk about The Last Jedi, the best Christmas movie ever?
Relevant or not, I never.
We're good.
Or would you rather talk about it as
family?
The holiday special.
What about the Lego Star Wars holiday special? How about that?
No, if we're going to talk about a Star Wars holiday special, you talk about the Star Wars holiday special. You gotta talk about.
I haven't watched it yet this year.
I can't wait to talk about
it. If we're not allowed to say the F word on here out of fear of demonetization, I don't think we can talk about a good chunk of the Star Wars holiday special.
George Lucas would shut us down. He has like some bot that knows if it's being referenced on the internet, and then
he's got his can of Coke Zero in one hand, and then just a button he presses. It's like, no more. I won't do it.
Yeah.
All
right. Let's go to my number 2 then, which is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, this movie is just it's great. Animation is stunning. I love stop motion, so and the character designs of everybody is just really creative. I think the songs are all really fun and just really catchy. Just the story is great. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, great. Just a great time overall.
Is that all you have to say for number 2? Really? Matthew, I have so much more to say.
I want to give it to Cole.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you holding back for my sake.
I gotta hold back so Cole can say a lot more.
Yeah. So this is great. It's like, honestly, to me, like some of the best Christmas songs, period. By also being the best Halloween songs. It works great. It works on multiple levels. You could watch this at Thanksgiving because it's in between. You could watch this for Halloween. You could watch this at Christmas. I would say the majority of it is a Christmas movie because the whole plot is him bringing Christmas to Halloween. But nevertheless, what else can I say here? I mean, I think the fact that the score is also great by Danny Elfman helps, and his singing here is just fantastic. God, now you put me in a bad spot. I don't know what else to talk about. I just love it too. I really do just love it.
And you were getting mad at me for.
I know. Hold up. Well, I have notes.
Jeez.
I only have 3 notes. I've said
I don't have notes for anything, so it's all.
it holds up very well today. I think that's another part that really works for its benefit. It's not too scary either, despite what my mom thought it was. She thought it was too scary. I couldn't see it in theaters. It was very sad. And then I eventually watched it on my own. Besides, and you know it's good because Henry Selick went on to direct Coraline. So exactly.
Nice.
I watched this movie quite literally like 16 hours ago for the first time.
Thoughts?
Thing is, Matthew already yelled at me earlier for not having it higher on my list, but I think this is something that I'll like more on a rewatch. I think I was more or less just watching it so that way I didn't get yelled at for putting Daddy's Home 2 on my list, because it was either this or Daddy's Home 2.
Daddy's Home 2, number 2, coming in hot.
But this was, I really, really think it's a great movie. And I think it's unique because it has both elements of Halloween and Christmas in it. But yeah, I don't have any sort of connection to it yet, but I'm sure I'll like it more on a rewatch.
Also, I like how the military is just trying to shoot down Santa because, random bogey. Shoot. Boom, boom, boom.
It's another Catherine O'Hara movie, too.
That's true. She's great in this. Yeah, she's great in this, too. She's great as Sally.
We're under a tornado watch right
great.
now.
What?
We're under a tornado watch right now. Don't like that.
Whoa.
We are?
Yeah, I just got the notification on my phone like a minute ago.
Oh.
Did I just miss that?
I didn't get anything.
Me neither. So
Man, tornado just doesn't want to come to me. That's cool.
Let's go.
Nice. It's just Sarah then.
Knock on my dorm. Even better. I can live with Sam then next semester.
Kenny, do you have any
I don't
thoughts
really
about
have a lot to say about the movie. I mean, I've seen it. I don't really have a connection to it, but I think it's a good movie. I kind of associate it more with Halloween, though. That's my opinion. I don't really think of it as a Christmas movie, even though Christmas is in the title and majority of it around the plot is around Christmas. But I associate it more with Halloween. That's just my personal. Like, I don't really watch for Halloween though. I don't really know what I usually watch for Halloween. Maybe just
Halloween.
Hey, you got a poster back there. So
Yeah.
you have to. No, I totally get that, Kenny.
You looked around as if you forgot you had it on your phone.
Yeah, I get more excited about this movie around Halloween. Are we gonna mention the 2001 poster now?
I mean, do we need to?
Let's get the room tour. Why not?
What?
Was that a Godzilla poster?
No, it's Daft Punk.
Oh.
Right there.
It looks like, yeah, that's Daft Punk.
Okay.
It looked like the cover of the Victorian.
And I have a
show
Skyfall
era.
poster like right to the left of that.
I have the Keanu Reeves poster.
I've got movies.
Just a Keanu Reeves poster? Just him?
Wait, yeah, that's right way. It's small. It's up
Wait,
there.
I've also got
What have I done?
I've also got just Evangelion up there and a little Odie just hanging up a random pole in our apartment.
Well, Rachel, what do you have to say about the Nightmare?
Not much because I have not seen it, which is very surprising for me as a Danny Elfman stan. So, yeah, I've heard the soundtrack multiple times.
Fan.
I am an Oingo Boingo fan. I could pull out my vinyls right now if you wanted me to. I will jump at any opportunity to show off my Lime Green Record Store Day Forbidden Zone vinyl. Prized possession there. Anyway, I have listened to the soundtrack several times. I just have not seen the movie. It's a wonderful soundtrack. I would love to go to one of Danny Elfman's performances where he conducts it live.
Yeah,
be wonderful. Just, it's always been my radar. Never watched it. It might have something to do with the heavy connotation of Nightmare Before Christmas to all the weird Hot Topic kids from my high school. So.
Man, listen.
Very sorry, but it's the truth.
It's true, but they also kept the movie alive, so I'm gonna appreciate that.
I couldn't get over the Bone Daddy comment. I watched it, and like that was the only thing I could think about. Because I'm like, why did they think that was something that they should put in the movie?
Oogie Boogie, also a great villain too.
Yes.
Great villain song too.
The song.
Yeah, creepy.
Cool.
Good neon, creepy. I love that sequence actually. Now I'm thinking about it, it's just so unique. Even I don't feel like I've seen anything like that in terms of neon in movies. So it's really cool.
Like neon creepy things,
Like
or
it's just the way the stop motion is with it. I think it works really well. It's just like a black light, but with like different neon, or like a black room with like neon colored lights. I don't know how to explain it. It's not really neon. I suppose neon is literally gas. So
like
whatever.
Neon
Yeah.
Genesis.
I mean, like
Neon Genesis.
Evangelion? I was gonna say, it's not the only piece of media to utilize neon colors in a dark room to evoke a sense of horror, because the Winnie the Pooh ride at Disney World exists.
God, that ride terrified me until
That's
I was
right.
an embarrassingly old age.
I was terrified. I hated that ride.
I love it now. But
I love that ride.
How is it that I live the closest in proximity to Disney World, and I have gone like the least amount out of my entire friend group?
I love
haven't
it
gone to Disney
in
World since I was
Disneyland,
5.
but I don't know if it's like that much different. So.
I don't know how different it is because I didn't go on it when I went to Disneyland. Yeah.
Large landmass, hell to drive around Orlando. That's all you need to know.
It's fun as a tourist, though.
Yeah, it's fun. Could also go see the Titanic experience in Orlando, which is super fun.
I'll just go back to Disney World for the Tron ride. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that.
All right.
I'm not
That's
gonna
another rant
spend,
for another
$500
time.
Welcome to the
just
Disney
to go to the
podcast.
Tron.
Another rant for
What's
another
number
time.
cool. Number 2 for me, I suppose. Okay, my number 2 pick is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's just, as much as I watched Home Alone, I watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation about 5 times as much every year. Funny story. My family watched this as far back as I can remember until about when I was 16. We had a recorded copy of this movie that my grandma had recorded on VCR from like 1995. And that was the only copy we watched. So I would watch it with like there was a specific, I think, Honda Accord 1996 car commercial that just did not get cut out of the middle of the tape. And my sister-in-law had the exact same model of car, so we just make whatever for it. And even funnier is the tape finally gave out when I was about 16 years old. I was like, oh, great, I'll just go buy a DVD from Walmart. We could watch it for Christmas. Did so, popped the DVD into the player, got about halfway through the movie, and like, I don't remember any of this scene at all. Turns out my dad and grandma had edited out a bunch of like scenes with naughty jokes in them. So the movie was about 20 minutes longer than I had known for the first 16 years of my life. The entire middle scene of
with Clark and the fragrance
with Clark
lady?
at the mall, just openly staring at her boobs. I had no idea that existed until like 5 years ago.
The Melikalika Maka scene too, with him daydreaming. Is that gone?
Where he's just staring out the window. There's just a hard cut to him looking out the window. It's like, why is he there? What is he doing? And then it cuts to shit and bricks, shit and rocks. So you don't care because it's a great line. Yeah, fantastic movie. I reference it all the time. It's a staple in our house, even to this day. Every single person that I've come across that hasn't watched it, I've usually forced it upon them at some point. Yeah, it's wonderful. I can't get over the fact that I didn't know it was 20 minutes shorter for like 16 years, though.
That's hilarious, actually.
It's ridiculous. I asked my dad about it. I was like, yeah, I just didn't like the parts, so we didn't watch it. It's like, what do you mean?
It's just funny that they took the time to edit that out.
I know! He edited out that scene, but didn't edit out the car commercials.
It's a great movie. It's one of those movies that's a staple to my family. Like, I think my brothers always quote the Grace Grace died 30 years ago. That happens all the time. And my mom loves the movie. We always watch it. And it's always great to just have on. Like, we don't even have to be like watching from the beginning. Like, we could just watch at any point. Like, there's so many like great moments that you don't really have to start. They can really start anywhere. Like, you can watch like just the sled scene, watch the lights scene. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in the movie, which is great. Like, she does a great job. But all the cast is great. One of the guys from The Big Bang Theory is what's the kid's Rusty? He's Rusty.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great movie. One of the best. And it's absurd. There's so much going on, and I love it.
I love this movie, despite how much I really despise Chevy Chase and almost everything else. So it's objectively a fantastic.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
That's his word you could use.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Watching this for the first time last year after I had already known everything about Chevy Chase was interesting. I still love the movie though. I think the only reason I watched it last year is because I was just casually mentioning how I hadn't seen it. My dad was like, okay, no, we're stopping everything we're doing and watching this right now. And because I think it was one of his favorites growing up. And he he sat me down and made me watch it. And my dad doesn't do that very often with movies. So I can understand why people have a pretty big attachment to this movie. I think once again, it's probably one I'll like more on a rewatch. I definitely really I think it's really funny. I don't know why I didn't watch it until last year though, but at least I finally watched it.
Have you seen Vacation, like the original?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You should also watch that. I honestly think I read like Christmas Vacation more, but it's still a pretty good movie. Anthony Michael Hall's in it.
He is. Yeah, it gets replaced in European Vacation though.
Oh, they all get replaced. Like all the kids. Yeah. the kids, you know, like Rusty's like 17 in European Vacation, and then Christmas Vacation, which came after, he's like 12. Like, it doesn't matter.
Since we're on the topic, I would like to point out that there is an official online exclusive Cousin Eddie Build-A-Bear that you can buy.
What?
And I will be buying it sometime this year.
You should, yeah. That's amazing.
How specific? Cool. Yeah, I mean, this falls along with the elf camp where I think I know people love it. I get it. And honestly, I've had people in my family love it. It just doesn't work for me always. I don't know. I just can't keep my attention on it personally. But I still know it's good. It's just not for me, I think. So that's why I've stayed silent this entire time.
I'm about around the same as you, Cole. I think it's funnier than Elf, which is why I like it more. But I just think it's okay. It's all right. You know, I don't love it, but I still don't think it's a good movie. I just don't love it.
Sarah, why are you laughing?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I think that's really it. I mean, that's Rachel's choice, so it's.
Yeah.
I think we're whatever she says.
Yeah, good movie. Probably gonna watch it either tonight or tomorrow in preparation for going home. So, and procrastinating from finals because I really don't want to study for those.
Yeah, neither do I. Yeah. I'm in denial that finals are next week.
Oh.
All right, Sarah, what's your number 2?
Oh, my number 2 is Shop Around the Corner.
Nice.
So this was. I literally had no idea this movie existed until it was picked for movie club this week. And Matthew was, when I was struggling to fill out the rest of my list, he was like, oh, you should watch this because it's a Christmas movie and you have to watch it for movie club. So I decided to watch it. I had no expectations going in. And it was just one of those movies where, like, I watched it. I started at like 3 in the freaking morning. So like that's usually like the worst time for me to start a movie if I actually want to pay attention to it, but I could not look away. I don't really have cohesive thoughts when it comes to movies like this, in the sense that like it just kind of blew me away. I didn't expect it to like it this much. I cried like a little bitch at the ending. That always, for some reason, will not bump a movie up a few spots in any sort of ranking, because I don't cry at movies pretty easily. And just so charming. It's just great movie. I don't really know if I can say much more. I absolutely loved it, and it completely blew any expectation I had of it out of the water.
Cool. I saw it recently for the first time too. Oddly, not related to Movie Club, just on my own. Yeah, it's good. It's another Jimmy Stewart classic Hollywood or Christmas movie.
Jimmy Stewart.
It's kind of it is a Christmas movie, but it's also another one where I'm like, well, it is until it, or like it isn't until it is, basically. But it's also great either way.
There's also a suicide plot in this one.
That's true. That's true. Double suicide. Yeah, Mr. Matachek. I can't get that out of my head. Just hearing that.
Mr. Matachek.
I saw Owen's review before I watched the movie, so I knew the name being said a lot was coming. But oh my god, it was so much.
Yeah. Fun time. Probably I wouldn't make my list because it's too recent for me, but it's definitely one I probably will come back to going forward on Christmas. Just simple, good fun. Also, if you know that it's inspired You've Got Mail, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't seen that movie.
There's a lot of plot points that are similar, but this movie just does it better. Like it just does it so much better than You've Got Mail.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have my problems with You Got Mail, that I come back around on that movie a lot, so it doesn't really matter. But that You've Got, that part of You've Got Mail is like 30% of the movie, not even. So versus this, where they put a lot of effort into it. Also, it's supposed to, where is it supposed to take place? Is it Budapest or is it?
Yeah,
it's Budapest. Yeah.
Well, nobody has an accent, so that's pretty funny. But you know, whatever, it's fine. Yeah. That's it.
Kenny, do you have anything you want to say?
Haven't seen it. I don't think I'll watch it this weekend. Kind of a terrible reason why, because I'm for movie club. I'm going to be watching the Succession season finale, so I'll be watching that at 9 instead of going to go. Club. This is a movie I'll probably watch at some point in the future, just like not right now. Especially like finals week, I probably won't be watching anything. So, but I maybe before Christmas, but I definitely want to check it out. I've heard good things.
I would highly recommend it. I'm probably going to end up rewatching this at some point before Christmas this year again.
Yeah. So I had been wanting to watch this for a while. So since Owen picked it, I was just like, well, you know, I'm just going to watch it now. And made it on my list. And it's just, it is. I've seen You Got Mail. So like I knew a lot of like the plot beats, but still just was incredibly charmed by the movie. And just like Stewart and Sullivan, they just have this great chemistry together.
Yes.
From like. And I like how that they work together in the shop so that they actually have scenes together to develop their chemistry. And that really helps with the movie and just making it a lot better. And like the cafe, when they go on the date in the cafe, like in You've Got Mail, I think they just do a lot better in this story. And I think the side characters are also just really interesting too. I really felt like connected to Mr. Matachek's like story, and with his wife, and I don't want to say too much without spoilers, but I really cared about his character, and I thought he like when like with New Year's as well. I'm not going to say too much. So.
I don't know if I can take this Nora Ephron slander, because that's what basically is implied here, sir. I think I'm just gonna say that.
Okay. I like You Got Mail, but I just like it's just way more charming in the shop around the corner. Like,
yeah, it's different. It's also different when you
Because of
change the
times,
dynamic,
right?
how they know each other. It changes everything.
And You Got Mail, it's AOL, which is like
Yeah,
not
bro.
as great as
Really nice, great. You've got mail, bro. Yeah, it's fine. I'll say this though.
I
before.
haven't seen it.
There isn't a lot of like you get the understanding that the mail in exchange is happening, but you don't get to see it. That's what You've Got Mail has got on this. I'll say that. End of thoughts. Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've still got 2 days theoretically where I could watch it, although I fully plan on spending all of tomorrow unconscious. So
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So I'll watch it. If not Sunday, then eventually sometime. So
yeah, you should watch it. It's great. All right. So now we go to Cole.
My number 2.
Yes.
I think I'll get a bah humbug. I haven't been keeping count here. Muppets Christmas Carol.
Bah humbug.
All
Thank
right,
you, Kenny.
that makes me happy though. So honestly, I'm fine either way. All right.
I think I'm gonna get a bah humbug on this, like 100%. Elf.
Bah humbug.
Yep, there we go.
All right. Well, I guess let's just go to my number 1, which I wasn't sure if I should put on the list, but I rewatched them just like, but it's The Apartment.
Okay.
Most of the movie, it's like 2/3 of the movie takes place on Christmas, and then also like the ending takes place in New Year's, so it's a holiday movie, you know. But yeah, I think this is just my favorite Billy Wilder movie. I think Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine are just incredibly charming together, and I think the story is just really interesting about like this guy who, you know, he's promoted because he's letting everyone in the office use his apartment, and then his boss finds out, and you know, it's just really, really funny. And I think the themes it tackles is also just really interesting and clever about just like the corporate life and stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of subs and payoffs that just add a lot to the humor. And you know, Jack Lemmon, he's just a really normal guy, but he's really endearing as a character, and just he has a lot of intricacies and mannerisms that his performance is really great, and his chemistry with Shirley MacLaine and his also with Fred McMurray. Fred McMurray plays Sheldrake, the boss, and just do a great job. And then so after like a couple of scenes, it takes place during Christmas time. So, and then it ends on New Year's, and I don't want to go too much into spoilers since you guys haven't seen it. But
I would appreciate that because I've been
Thank you.
for a long time.
All I said was like the basic plot.
Yeah,
but
I don't. You read the plot synopsis. I appreciate it. I love me some Billy Wilder, so I will have to check it out. Matthew, I know we were supposed to check it out, watch it together. I'm sorry, I got busy, but if it's anything like any of the other Billy Wilder movies I've seen, I bet it'll be good. So that's all my thoughts. And I'm sure nobody else.
Never watched it.
I think Matthew's the only one that's watched it here.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
You guys have any interest in watching it?
Yeah, I need to get more into Billy Wilder anyway, so
I'll watch it eventually.
Eventually, cool. So my number 1 pick is Muppets Christmas Carol. It's the same level.
Yeah.
I have it at 0.
Well, then
also, just got to pick up Orange Cat Calendar to 2.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Scrooge at all, so theoretically it could have been 3.
We could have 3 with Scrooged, but
that was gonna make anybody's list.
No. I watched Scrooge
Wait, just
specifically
says,
to
"I think
maybe
better
put it
of
on this list, and I did not like it at all. So.
Just kidding. Was it a bah humbug? My number one's actually Fred Claus. No, it's not actually. Don't.
It's actually Noel with Bill Hader and Anna Kendrick.
Oh,
This was the fake out. Sorry,
Disney
guys.
Plus, like premiere. I wrote a list. Wait, let me see.
I'm really excited to talk about dishonorable mentions too, by the way. I was gonna say.
Oh,
yeah.
me
We'll
too.
see.
That'd be fun. Mine are all memes. I hope. Wonderful. Yeah, there's not much to say about Muppet Christmas Carol. It's Muppet Christmas Carol. It's the best Christmas movie of all time.
We'll get to it.
That's all. Hey. That's all I have to say. Sarah, what's your number one?
Well, Sarah,
wait.
What are your thoughts on the Muppet Christmas Carol?
Wait, I thought we were gonna wait
doing
till
Kenny.
Yeah, I thought we were waiting until.
Because I bought
Kenny, then
Humbug.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on the Muppet Christmas Carol, Kenny?
Oh, we're going with it.
What?
Okay.
Oh, I guess
We'll
we're
just
just
skip
who knows?
Yeah.
I guess
Okay,
we're doing
okay.
this now.
I watched it for the first time like last weekend. I mean, I've been a fan of the Muppets for like my entire life. Like I watched the Muppet Show as a kid. Like I'd always we had like the DVDs, and I just watched that in the car, like on my mom's like Chrysler, DVD player.
Merry Christmas.
And it's just such a charming movie. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
It's perfection.
No flaws.
There's no
No
flaws.
flaws.
There, but there's some great songs, really great emotional moments, like especially with like Tiny Tim, because any Tiny Tim like scene works for me. And this is probably the best iteration of the Christmas Carol. And like Michael Caine as Scrooge like really works. He's probably the best Scrooge as well. Like he does it perfectly. Yeah. Like he plays like a joyful performance and then just like a shitter, I'd say. Or I don't know. like in the beginning with it. Then he's like dancing around with the Ghost of Christmas Present. And all the puppet tearing with like the huge suits that they have for like the Christmas Yet to Come or Christmas Future and Christmas Present. It's super impressive. It's like a super impressive technical film, and it's just overall probably like one of the best of like all time. And it's like a great tribute to like Jim Henson and who was the other puppeteer that died? It was Richard Hunt. Was it Richard Hunt?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but it's a great tribute for them just to have it be such like a thoughtful and beautiful film. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that this is probably Brian Henson's best of the Muppets that he's done. But it's also fantastic. It's up there. It's probably my second favorite Muppet movie, period. So, I mean,
only the Happy Time Murders isn't one of your favorite movies.
Sorry, Matthew, that one
we brought that up last week.
Missed the cut by 99 spots that had not been filled yet. Anyways,
pretty high.
It has Muppet sex in it.
What?
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, it's this is my favorite Christmas Carol adaptation, period. I've seen a few. They're interesting, but I think the way that they do it here is great. Gonzo as Charles Dickens, as basically the narrator, is also like very accurate in that way because you kind of have that aspect to it that's not kind of lost in a lot of the other adaptations. But it's great. It's just so good. I think Michael Caine as Scrooge is, you can't beat that. I mean, you really can't. The songs could probably be a little better if I'm being honest, but like, who cares? You literally have a Muppet green bell pepper on a freaking cart, and that's
the best song. Definitely is the first song. I mean, that's my favorite. The Mr. Scrooge or whatever it's called, and also the Christmas Present song is very, very good. Well, not the one. Well, there's two, right? Like the first one, I forget which. There's like two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where they're outside dancing and all that, not the one inside with the Why am I blanking? Crockett? What am I blanking on his name? I've read Christmas Carol so many times. Cratchit, there we go. I don't know why I'm forgetting that. Kermit.
Kermit. Yes.
Kermit the Froggy.
Yeah.
This is one I really, really wish I had time to rewatch it. Like, I just didn't, because like this was something I knew was going to make my list regardless. And the ones that I knew were making my list, beforehand, I just wasn't really going to prioritize rewatching. Because I guarantee you it would have probably been top 3 for me if I had time to rewatch it. So that's the only reason it's as low as it is. But I'm not even a huge Muppet fan, but like I remember the first time I watched this, I absolutely loved it. I just need to rewatch it again so I can appreciate it a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is probably my favorite Christmas Carol story as well. And then just Michael Caine is incredibly, he's great as Scrooge. I don't have too much to say about it. You guys have said everything.
Cool.
All right. Sarah, let's go to your number 1.
Let's talk about Elf.
Sure.
Okay, this is what I meant. This is purely because of nostalgia.
Why not?
This is the Christmas. You guys have been talking about like the movies that have been like staples in your household growing up, like something you constantly like rewatch every year for Christmas. This has always been that movie for me since it came out. I watch it multiple times per year. I don't really understand, but it has such a hold on my heart. Like, I love this movie so much. Like, and I don't even like Will Ferrell that much. I don't know. This movie, I don't know. I can watch it and just never get sick of it. I love it so much. And I literally have. Am I wearing elf socks? I am wearing elf socks right now. I got like an advent calendar of elf socks one year because I loved them and they were cheap.
An advent calendar of all elf socks?
Yes, it was like $10 at Target.
That's like 50 socks. That's a lot of
no,
socks.
it was like one of those 12-day ones. It was one of the shorter ones. But
you should have gone to 25. That would have been a lot of socks.
There wasn't one, but I would have bought it if there was. But yeah, it's hard for me to explain because like looking at this movie like objectively, it really isn't the best. But it's just I just love this movie so much, and it's kind of like me with The Dark Knight Rises. I can't explain why I love it so much. I just do.
Like Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, no, except I can't explain that. I can't explain that. That's another time. Something for another time.
Best Christmas movie, Revenge of the Sith. This is this is like a staple of my family as well. I've probably watched this at least like 10 or more times, like in my life, probably even more than that, like in my lifetime.
Those are rookie
my
numbers.
Mom loves this movie. She absolutely loves it. And I didn't have the balls, I guess, to make it number 1.
I have absolutely no shame.
Muppets
That's why it's my number 1.
Objectively a better movie, but I still enjoy Elf. I mean, it's fun to watch every year. What were you saying, Sarah? Did you say something?
I was gonna say you're 100% correct. Muppets Christmas Carol is objectively the better movie, but
yeah.
And I also have absolutely no shame, so that's why I made this number 1.
The best. But I mean, there's some fun moments, and there's a lot of fun moments in this movie, like just Will Ferrell being on the street, like Mr. Narwhal, all that stuff. You know,
I love the Narwhal.
Like the embrace of the old like 50s and 60s stop motion Christmas specials.
I like it. Yeah, I'm honestly
There's
trying
literally
to...
like a snowman. There's a stop motion.
Sorry. That is a shrug of that is like, oh yeah, I will acknowledge that as a reason why I might like the movie more than I doubt that there's stop motion. No, there's clearly stop motion. Let me be clear.
But it's cute. It's a very simple story, but it works. it's funny because I don't think this would actually happen with like New York City at all. Like there's some like reality with like some of the interviews on TV, like some funny stuff. But like I don't think like all of New York would like just like sing a song together like, like right outside Central Park. That wouldn't happen. But it, it works for the movie, and it's great, and I really like the music. The music's very good in that movie. It's just funny that Jon Favreau directed that movie.
I didn't know that until like 2 years ago, and I was just like, okay. It was like not life-changing information,
like, oh, wow,
but it
the
was
guy
definitely
who did fucking Iron Man like 5 years before. Or sorry, the director of Chef.
We're forgetting about Zathura here.
That's what I was about to say.
It's a great movie, and I had to put it at number 2 because of just like how important it is to my mom and my family. So, well, not important, but like
culturally significant.
I don't know if the word is. You get it. It speaks to me. I am Elf.
Yes.
Here's my stance on it, by the way.
Maybe we shouldn't take
cutting out there.
Positive people comments on this movie.
There is this is another one that's there's a suicide movie where Will Ferrell goes on a bridge and
that's right. He's about to kill himself because nobody wants him, nobody loves him. But then Santa's nobody believes in Santa. This is another thing, like the Santa Claus. How do they not believe in Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, but who cares? Because the parents are dumb and the kids are dumb. Yeah. Everyone's dumb. Everyone.
People are dumb. People are dumb.
The world is dumb. Okay. That's what you have to accept. Okay. But I totally 100% understand if someone like just despises this movie because of how many times they've watched it in their lifetime, and that is 100% understandable. And I'm not going to pressure them into liking this.
Yeah. So. This isn't a hill I'm willing to die on, but I will still defend me liking it.
Kenny, I'm glad you say that because people in my life have not done that, and they have insisted that I should love it and that I need to love it.
That's terrible.
And that's my problem with the movie more than the movie itself.
You should like though? You should like Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause.
Yes.
Oh, I do.
Should.
Oh,
okay, good.
Okay, good. We're gonna have some things to talk about in our honorable mentions. Yeah, it's not my favorite Jon Favreau movie. Honestly, there's a lot of ones that go up above it. If it wasn't for Lion King, it probably would be bottom.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lion King is objectively his worst movie.
Chef is number 1.
This is my second least favorite Jon Favreau movie. Probably.
So there you go. The candy spaghetti is disgusting, but it's also fucking hilarious.
Oh, I was so amused by that as a kid.
That is a dentist's worst nightmare. Just looking at it. My favorite. The only thing I really like about this movie is the line, "Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad."
That's it. Narwhal.
I love the narwhal so much.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
Anyways, those are literally my thoughts. That's it about the movie.
Well, I guess I can piggyback off and say, this movie is all right. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I think Buddy's can get more annoying than funny at times, but I think Will Ferrell is very committed to the role, and he does a really good job. So I can't deny that. And
apparently Jon Favreau and him did not get along, which kind of makes sense to me. I could totally believe that, but it's also a quintessential Will Ferrell performance too.
I don't think he wants to go back. I don't think Will Ferrell wants to go back. He doesn't want to do Elf again.
Oh God, I hope not. Because he looks.
I mean, there's
holy
potential.
Shit,
he has a kid. He has a kid with Zoe Deschanel, you know.
No, she's too busy with one of the Property Brothers. I don't know which one.
Jonathan.
Somebody has to tell me, but it's one of them.
She's with Jonathan.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Which one is that?
The one that does like the building, not the like selling houses.
I don't know what that means. That
I went through a huge Property Brothers phase about 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
There's the one
that
one.
That
The one
one.
that like actually built houses. There's one
There's
that's
Dean Moore, Kenny.
Not Joe Property.
They also had a music career.
Oh fuck, that's right. James Caan I do like in the movie. I'll say that.
James Caan is great. Yeah.
I like him in the movie. It's a good counterpoint to Will
Yeah.
Ferrell just going, Santa!
Oh my god!
I think the romance isn't very well done. I think just with Zooey Deschanel is a little weird
No.
when he's like in the bathroom with her.
No,
Yeah, when he's singing. And then I think the third act is not great, and like the whole singing power is kind of.
I never get to the third act. Every time I watch the movie with people, I just like drop off and I'm like, I'm gonna do something else. Which is partly why I know I've seen it. It's so hard for me to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
I
The third
will
act
say
is very good.
that is a very valid criticism, but I still love this movie.
Unrealistic.
Who cares?
Rachel?
Good movie. I already talked about it briefly beforehand, but yeah, it's been a Christmas staple in my family since as far back as I can remember. I'm in one of the slumps right now where it's just not my favorite, but still very, very good Christmas movie. I keep forgetting that it's directed by Jean Favreau, so thank you for reminding me.
It's vital information.
Yeah, not much to say about it other than that. I'm also starting to crash because the caffeine pills are wearing off, so
Wrap it
I
up.
may go catatonic within the next 15
All right,
minutes.
Cole, what's your number one?
Let's go to Cole. You find
Oh boy, hey! I don't think I'm gonna get any bah humbugs on this one, but I'm really excited to talk about it. My number one is Gremlins.
There.
There we go.
I rewatched it today just to confirm it. I almost switched my spot on this. I had to rewatch it. The score by Jerry Goldsmith is fucking fantastic, and I will never get over that. I remember seeing it on a trailer on a VHS for the first time, and I was like, "What is this?" And it's been a life-changing experience ever since. Gizmo is better than Baby Yoda. I don't want to hear shit. This
Fuck
is true.
you. I mean, I haven't seen this movie, but fuck you.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not sorry. You're right. And then what else? Stripe is a piece of shit as well. I love the movie theater scene. They're basically just kids. They're the representation of children because they don't care about what's going on around them and they just make a mess.
Guy out.
See, that should be Gizmo. Anyways,
No.
it's also this weird clashing tone. That's the correct where it's like it's very horror-ish, but then not at all. It's like a kids movie, but kind of not a kids movie. For that reason, I love it because it doesn't fit in a piece of like a puzzle piece. It is what it is. Mike from Breaking Bad is in it as a cop. Really weird. Phoebe Cates also kind of just there. My favorite part is when she just gives the exposition of why her dad died on Christmas. After running away from a bunch of gremlins, comes out of nowhere. I love it. There's a prominent Burger King in the movie in town, even though all the other town shops are just shops, like normal looking shops, but Burger King has their hold on this town square. I can't say the direction is great. I like Joe Dante as a director. I can't say the acting direction was fantastic on this, but I think it says a lot about consumerism. If you really think about it, especially because it's just about these fuckers destroying everything and literally nothing matters when you think it matters. That's my statement on Gremlins. Everyone should watch it. It should be a holiday staple, and I will not win this battle, but I will fight this war.
It's a good argument. I won't argue.
Never
with you
seen it.
on that.
Yeah, I've also
I've
never
not
seen
seen
it.
it either.
Probably will watch it at some point in my life. I don't know when.
Yeah, at some point.
Have you back me up? Joe Dante, back up. Let's hear it. Please, I need it.
Well, last time I watched this was like my childhood. So I don't remember.
Never mind.
But yeah, like great movie, except I just don't remember a whole lot.
Yeah, it happens to be. Oh well. Also, to the Die Hard argument, where it's not a Christmas movie, totally a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Literally, it's snowing, and it's yeah.
I'm not arguing that it's not.
No,
I
not
just
you.
say
At
it
one
doesn't
point,
feel.
you
No,
literally
not you.
Sure.
My number one, Matthew, put this in real quick. My number one is Shazam 2019. You gotta put this in. Put it in right now.
If you
Right,
squint in one of the scenes, if you squint in one of the scenes, you can see a Christmas tree in the opening scenes of Kingsman: The Secret Service. Therefore, I think it's my favorite Christmas movie.
Shazam at least takes place like most of the movie. Like it takes place around Christmas, like that entire week or however long it is. And like there's Christmas music as well. So
Mark Strong's in it.
Yes.
Is this? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is this actually somebody's pick, or is this just a movie?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Is it can go to honorable mentions?
Sure.
Yeah, honorable mention Shazam. Yeah.
Are we doing that now?
Daddy's
Are we doing
home
honorable mentions?
too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the last one. Okay, I didn't realize. Honorable mentions. Here, I got them. Meet Me in St. Louis,
same,
because
same.
it just has one Christmas scene. The movie
Mhm.
takes place so much around the year, but people
Most of it it's Halloween and Christmas, basically.
Right. So I guess it fits for the sake of this category. Last Christmas, if you like
Last
George
Christmas.
Michael,
Oh
if you like George Michael, you might like the
enjoy
movie.
that movie.
I don't like
Otherwise,
that
Song.
movie. I don't like that movie.
yeah,
The
that's fine.
twist
Understandable
was
also.
really dumb. The twist was very dumb.
It's
Yeah.
also in the song. Anyways, Trading Places
But it's
also
not
great.
literally. It's not like literally. Like they literally did it in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like metaphorically in the song.
Emma Thompson's accent in the movie is also fantastic.
It's great.
Yeah.
Russian, whatever. Trading
Who knows
Places.
what kind of accent she's doing, but
Night Before, The Holiday, which I'm kind of surprised nobody talked about. I think it's also
I'm not a
one.
fan of it. I'm not a
Okay.
fan.
I feel like it's one that gets talked about with Love Actually for like almost
Yeah.
the American side of the
Mhm.
coin, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
I have also seen that a lot.
I just
And
like
then,
Jack Black's storyline so much more than I do the other one. It's
I like the Dustin Hoffman cameo in it for some
Yeah,
reason. They're just looking at a DVD of The Graduate in a Blockbuster, and he's just there. It's pretty
That's true.
funny.
yeah.
And Klaus, which we already talked about. So those are my
Alvin and the Chipmunks, does that count as a Christmas movie? Because
Oh,
of the
God. It does probably.
Christmas Don't Be Late.
An abomination.
Speaking of abominations, another honorable mention: Daddy's
Oh,
home
God.
too.
Is it an honest mention or a meme?
I've
Just honorable
unironically
mention?
watched this movie multiple
Yeah.
times.
Uh-huh.
Did somebody say something? Or
You
was
could have
that
spent
mentioned?
that
No, no.
time watching other movies.
I'm coming up
I
with
could
my
have.
honorable mentions, so.
What?
I've got
I did it.
3.
I got 3 or more.
I'm gonna
You
go
go,
lightning,
Rachel, you
lightning
Go
round.
for it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ricky.
First honorable mention is 2000's How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Not because I particularly enjoy it, but I think it's hilarious. I was talking with Cole and I think Kenny earlier this week. Ben Folds does a song for the soundtrack, but when he was approached to do the song for the soundtrack, I don't remember which studio it was. He was basically approached like, "Hey, we've got a Christmas movie with Jim Carrey that we want you to write a song for," and he said, "Sure, I'll do that. Cool." This is him coming fresh off of his kind of punk rock for sissies band, Ben Folds 5. So he wrote a song called Bizarre Christmas Incident, which was about, I'm pretty sure it was about a guy getting stuck in a chimney and getting burned to death. Wonderful. He did not realize that song was going to be on the Grinch album until after that song was played for a test audience of a bunch of children. As soon as he figured out, he's like, "Whoa, no. I'll change it to something else. Don't put that on the album." So I think that's hilarious, and that's why I wanted to mention the movie. Second honorable mention is the Little House on the Prairie Christmas special, because I watched that on VHS at least 20 times when I was little. It was good. And then my third honorable mention is the the YouTube channel Watchers Puppet History Holiday Special, where Shane Madej has a little professor puppet and goes over the history of Saint Nicholas with Ryan and a special guest, and they compete for jelly beans to win history points. That's all. Those are my honorable mentions.
I got like 6 or 7. I'm gonna go.
I'll go with mine first then, since I have less.
Yeah, you do yours.
My first pick is The Lag 17, which I'm not entirely sure if it's a Christmas movie, but it does like mostly take place during Christmas. So it's another Billy Wilder movie. Great war film, and William Holden's really good. Not gonna say too much. And then for movies that we haven't talked about yet, Rise of the Guardians, does that count? If that counts?
Sure. So. I forgot that movie existed.
But I'm not sure if it counts, but
I try to remember when it's set. I guess it's winter for sure, right?
Because I'm pretty sure.
So I mean, it would fit, but also
it's winter time.
I mean, technically for the category, which is holiday movies, it has almost all of the holiday because they're all there.
Yeah. But it's because it's also mostly. But yeah, I didn't put it on my list mostly because I wasn't sure if it counted. And then Arthur Christmas.
I need to watch Arthur Christmas. Yeah.
It's good. It's probably not. It wouldn't make my list, but it's definitely. I understand why it's definitely some people's new favorite. Because it's also very different from a lot of the Christmas formula. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Kenny, let's hear the 6 or 7.
Let's go.
All right.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. Santa Claus 2 and 3.
Classic. Yes, I agree.
Wait, can we just talk about like the whole Martin Short makeup situation there is just like is perfect. And also terrifying at the same time.
Yes.
And a statement.
That movie is very dull, but it's just like funny how it's just a funny concept of that being just I don't know. It's just a funny like concept of being a third Santa Claus movie.
They were basically doing Endgame before Endgame. So yeah.
We got Fred Claus, which I think is just a very funny concept as well, and it's just inherently very dull. So and then Christmas with the Cranks, another Tim Allen classic with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then we got what was it? Jingle All the Way, of course.
Of course.
Weird and like I don't know. It's not that funny. And Arnold is like really trying. It's just like an oddity of a film. Specials wise, can't go wrong with the Charlie Brown Christmas special. And then my personal favorite YouTube video is the Best of the Worst Star Wars Holiday Special, where they don't even talk about the holiday special at all. They just talk about like Ishtar and then like other stuff for like 50 minutes. It's like probably my favorite video. I rewatch that all the time. And they keep going like, so Star Wars. And then like 5 minutes later, they're like talking. They were talking about like Land of the Dead or something. Like George Romero. It's great. And then what was it? It was like one. Oh, and then like all-time favorite probably is the John Denver Muppets special. Christmas Together.
I agree with that.
That was great.
I also think a very what is? Oh God, I gotta get the name right. Hold up, come back to me. Somebody talk. I want to get the name of the special.
That's it.
Well, gosh darn it.
The pressure's on.
If Little Women counts as a Christmas, it's not a Christmas movie, but it like has a pretty central scene at Christmas time.
A Muppets Family Christmas. That's what it's called.
There you go.
It's got all of the Muppets. It's got the Muppets Classic. It's got Sesame Street, and it's got Fraggles. It's great.
Yeah, the John Denver special, like the music. I don't think it's like all in the special, but like the album that they did, like that's like probably the second most played album in my house, other than the Carpenters.
Carpenters. Oh, nice.
Yeah. My mom loves that. I mean, that was all from my grandma.
My mom, Carpenters.
Also, shout out to the Rudolph Classic TV special.
Oh yeah,
I think
any of the stop motion specials.
Well, I would say any of them, but
a couple. Santa Claus is coming to town. You got the Cold Miner or whatever his name.
Yeah,
is.
it's interesting. I mean,
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Or no, that's A Year Without Santa Claus.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is something that
classic.
Matthew, I should have fought you for just to include on the list because it's so good.
It's great.
It's to the point where I can't watch the remake or the new Illumination one.
The Illumination one.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the remake. Let me be clear. I can't watch it ever again. Because
the Illumination one is just like fine. It's not bad. It's just
yeah.
If we're doing honorable mentions to music albums, that I would like to give a last minute honorable mention to Mannheim Steamroller's Christmas album, specifically their version of Deck the Halls, which is my favorite Christmas song, up there with
Wonderful Christmas
Wham's
Time
Last Christmas, Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney, and Wizards in Winter by Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which are all
yeah. That's a classic. That's a classic right there.
So what if we do a Christmas song, but we add guitar, electric guitar?
Yes.
Honorable mention to those houses that put up Christmas lights and then do music with them.
I love those.
That's not a movie.
Dishonorable mention
anything like holiday season. Honorable mention to like to candy canes, like low key.
Dishonorable mention to the people who use just like the light, like just the lights on the house itself, like not actually hanging up lights, but the projector lights.
Those
major dishonorable mention.
Yeah, that's
dishonorable mention to people who come into the stores that I work at on Christmas Eve. Get out, leave.
Dishonorable mention to people who go to the movie theater on Christmas unless they are somebody who doesn't celebrate Christmas, because that's understandable.
I will be going to the movie theater on Christmas this year, so I can't.
Hey, just clean up after
Sarah, I don't like my family.
Okay, understandable.
Moving out.
That's very understandable.
She's gonna see The Matrix. She's gotta see The Matrix coming out.
That's on HBO Max.
Whoa!
Yeah, because I love the first one so much.
All right, I think that's it.
All right. Does anyone have any favorite movie scenes that take place on Christmas? So not necessarily Christmas movies, but
Matthew, do you have one?
No, not that I can come up with.
So why did you pose the question?
See if you guys know.
I'm trying to think.
None that like come to mind immediately, but I might I'll have one if I think about it.
Sure, if I stew on it, I'll think of one.
Yeah, we'll comment it. Everyone comment their favorite Christmas scene that's not a Christmas
Don't
movie.
forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notifications for the channel.
I think Harry Potter is. I mean,
actually, that is a great anything Harry Potter, basically.
Yeah. Oh,
damn, Sarah's just getting.
There's a reason I'm watching.
So you'll like those.
There's a reason I'm watching them over winter break. I've gotten so much shit from people for not watching it.
They're having like a retrospective special on like the 1st of January where they're just having the whole cast return talking about the series.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's giving J.K. Rowling a lot of money, which is why I will not be watching it.
But she won't be there.
She's not affiliated with it. So.
Either way. I'm not a big Potterhead.
J.K. Rowling kind of stupid, kind of dumb.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling kind of cringe.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well,
what a great note to end this.
What a great sentiment.
Mean Girls. That's a great one. Actually, that is a great one.
Wait, which one?
Mean Girls.
Oh yes, Mean Girls. I love that scene. Oh man, I love Mean Girls.
Steven in the comments saying Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon is also a great one where it's the Die Hard camp where it definitely is like a normal action movie that takes place on Christmas. Even the
I would say it's
scene.
a Christmas movie. I mean,
it's funny. We didn't talk about any Shane Black movies, funny enough, because that one was rated by Shane Black, but then most of his movies take place on Christmas, like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3, everybody's favorite Christmas movie.
Exactly. So, shout out to Shane Black, I suppose.
Yeah.
Shane Black, if you're listening, thank you.
Special shout out to all of the community Christmas episodes.
Yes.
Oh, Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas, top tier.
True. And
Great
I guess
stop
the regionals episode, not really because it's a great episode, but solely on the merits of the Christmas wrap.
Oh
Right. That's it.
All right. All right. Well, does anyone else have anything you want to say?
I want to sleep so bad.
I think we need to end it.
Please,
Like,
please.
you keep leaving it open-ended. We need to close it.
Please.
All right.
I'm suffering over here.
Well, normally we would recap our top 10 lists, but
Goodness.
You know what it is.
I just
You
will
know
say
what
you guys can take a look at Letterboxd.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, and then Orange Cat Hunter, our final number is at 2.
Yay.
So if
are
I
gonna
say
be keeping-
Garfield, does that increase the orange count?
Garfield.
Only
Orange
the
Cat.
only counts for the
Garfield.
that are on your, it only counts for the movies that are on your list. So I don't think Garfield is a holiday movie.
It can be if
Garfield
you got a
Tale
coward.
to Kitties. Huh?
But in sometime in 3 weeks, we will be back and talking about Matthew Vaughn.
Yes!
Oh my god.
What's on the panel? I didn't
Yeah.
see the Discord.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows
Yeah.
who's on the
So
panel?
loud.
I didn't realize how loud that would be.
You sounded like a 12-year-old like hitting a clip in like COD or something. Holy shit!
Yeah. All right, and the week after that is gonna be our top 10 2021 movies.
Should be
Start
hard.
of the new year. So stay tuned, and then I will be announcing new January, maybe February topics. Haven't decided on them yet. So yeah, stay tuned. And then we got 2 more big matches coming up in the coming weeks. I don't know when. There's no schedule yet, but 2 championship matches coming up. So we will see you there.
Take care.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Sign off.
Merry Christmas.
Subscribe, guys.
Like